.com or visit the downtown or De Pere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. James, I love getting emails from listeners who support the sponsors. Got one from a client of yours who switched, and you immediately saved him $1,000, and it meant the world to him.
The area that we're really having an impact on people's finances are people with drivers under the age of 25. We're seeing material savings for these types of clients, hundreds, if not even thousands of dollars per year.
James Carlton, Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net.
Hey guys, this is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. We became sponsors of the show because we love this show. We were listeners for years before we started sponsoring. We love coming to the events, playing in the golf tournaments, even though I got demolished in the second round of the match play. But we love sponsoring the Dotem as well, and we'll miss it this year. Hopefully it comes back next year. If you're at one of these events, you might have met us out there and you found out we're a lot like the rest of the audience. We are the audience. You get hurt in an accident, you don't just have to take our word for it, you can take Tim's. If he knows someone that gets hurt, he's going to recommend us. Check us out at longobigs.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
I'm Tim McKernan here with Action Jackson talking to you about Mark Hanna. TMA listeners have a lot to think through financially.
Whether you're like me and just getting started with your financial planning or you're already retired, call Mark Hanna.
It all starts with a 15-minute phone call to discuss your needs and design the right strategy for you and your future.
Visit evergreenstl.com or give Mark a call at 314-889-0503 today.
Mark Hanna offers securities through Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC, a broker-dealer. Equitable Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Evergreen Wealth Strategies is not a registered investment advisor and is not owned or operated by Equitable Advisors or Equitable Network.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest. Collier & Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Collier & Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier & Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000 square foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experience the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com.
This is the one.
Honey, I think you're right. This house has everything we've ever dreamed of. A huge master bedroom, an open kitchen, and a backyard with a fire pit and built-in grill.
I can't believe it. Finally, our dream home. It's absolutely perfect for us.
We owe our realtor big time.
No, you don't. We're just doing our job. At the Jeff Lotman Group, helping you find your dream home is our top priority. Bringing people and properties together. Call us at 314-406-8911 or visit us online at jefflotman.com.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Midwest Drag Racing Series presents a night of fire and thunder. Saturday, June 29th at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Jet dragsters, funny cars, and ground-pounding pro mod. Plus the Route 66 Twilight Cruise and Car Show. And for the first time ever in St. Louis, a Jet dragster car burn. The biggest cutting torch will completely annihilate a full-size sedan in a shower of flames and sparks like you've never seen. And to top it all off, the first big fireworks show of the summer. Brought to you by Illinois Tourism and Downstate Illinois. Saturday, June 29th. Details and tickets at www.raceway.com.
Get the best at 100 West. 100 West Dental. No insurance? No problem. 100 West Dental has a plan when you don't, for ease and affordability. Feeling nervous? Not anymore. 100 West Dental provides complete comfort during quality care. Over 350 5-star reviews agree. When you want to get your smile into winning shape, get the best at 100 West. 100 West Dental. Consult virtually with Dr. Pryor or book online at 100westdental.com.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
After a serious car accident, people have two questions. Why me and what now? Well, no one knows why you, but I'm Terry Crouppen, and my law firm Brown & Crouppen sure can help with the what now. car repairs, medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering. We're Brown and Crouppen, and we've got all those answers. All you have to do is call 222-2222.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Stupiracy. And we're going to go deep diving on stupid history and conspiracy theories.
A video podcast series hosted by the brilliant, suspicious mind of the Morning After's Tim McKernan.
He was coug hunting. He was cougar hunting. He was up at Brio.
And Rizzuto from The Riz Show.
We're going to talk about Napoleon's penis.
Yeah, that's the lead.
They're unearthing history and conspiracy theories few have previously explored. And you can join Tim and Riz for the premiere debut watch party of episode 1, Wednesday, June 19th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Hot Shots in Fenton.
How do they go and get the man's penis?
What about the penis?
Watch the first ever episode of Stupiracy, presented by Brown and Crouppen Law Firm and Evergreen Wealth Strategies, before it's released to the public later this month, Wednesday, June 19th, starting at 6 p.m. with Tim and Riz at Hot Shots in Fenton.
Well, I've been on the edge of my seat the whole time. I didn't know like 90% of this stuff.
Find out more at tmastl.com. KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You are listening to TMA. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Welcome, friends, to the Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. Timothy, Michael McCurney, Douglas Elvin Vaughn, Kenneth Iggy Strode, Jackson Bennett Burkett, and Chairman Kurt with you on the program that solicits your involvement via the Collier and Thompson phone lines 636-9004-TMA by texting into the South City Sporting Goods text inbox 314-881-TMA5 and emailing in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Come on in, the water is warm, and we will shoot it all over your boy chests. What's wrong with that? That's what you do on Father's Day post.
I don't know that that's a traditional Father's Day sentiment.
Look it up. Do some show prep for once.
Okay.
Thanks.
You know, I'm the older generation, so some of these things have slipped past me, and I don't. You know, I missed it when that became a thing.
What'd you do for the Father's Day holiday with the family, with the boys?
Oh, we went
smooching with the boys.
We went down to. Gosh, I always forget the name of it. The new Central West End place, the
Jackson will handle this.
The Foundry, and did that miniature golf, that high tech miniature golf they have, and we ate down there at that new food court that
How'd you play?
have. And well, I won the first 9 holes.
Yes,
yeah,
it was a $100 NS.
Well, there was really no money involved, but it's kind of if you haven't played that putt shack, I think they call it. Is that at the
Love Shack was B52?
Not
Is that
Love
89?
Shack, putt shack. But it's a different kind of miniature golf. There's certain holes where you got to answer trivia questions, and then you aim for the certain hole, right or wrong, and it's just kind of a fun, big bar area there.
Did you get lift up?
No. I had a cranberry juice.
Ooh.
That's right. I had a cranberry juice. I hit it hard, fellas.
Surprised you're in today.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah, well, I slept all day yesterday. This was Saturday we went. So that's what I did. When you get old, your big weekend is a round of putt golf
and a cranberry juice.
And washing
when
it
did
down.
This happen?
When did it happen? Give me an idea of when it happened. You always cite 50 as like the
50 is when my body really started to change. When I really first started to feel like I didn't feel the rest of my life.
So like at 49, you would have gone to the putt shack and just pounded scotch.
Yeah, 49, I'd have been out all night on the east side.
He still didn't answer the question. He said, what'd you do for Father's Day? You told him what he did on Saturday.
Well, that was our family Father's Day get-together.
You didn't do anything Sunday?
Well, no, because Greg had to go home to Tampa on Sunday morning.
Greg Vaughn.
Great guy.
Great people. Sharp guy. Sharp guy. It's the ball a long way.
Oh, he does, yeah. We played Friday in a charity golf tournament. He hits the ball a long way.
He does.
So do his friends. Good Lord.
Ricky Putz?
Yeah, Ricky Putz.
Ricky Putz wasn't there. A couple other guys.
He can roll it, though.
Yeah.
That's why he's Ricky Putz. Ricky P's to his
James
friends.
Lofton. We played with James Lofton.
Oh, yeah, with the Bills.
Different guy. And Brendan Tapp and yeah, both of them hit I swear, over 300 yards.
Is that
off the
right?
tee. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
They hit it straight, or is it just like going...
So, straight enough.
Really?
Scramble. Yeah, often enough. Yeah.
Someone describes this show as straight enough.
I agree with that.
This show is barely straight. Barely straight.
So you didn't have to hit many drives.
No, they didn't play a whole lot of my drives. One or two when they got carried away and hit too far. And
how are your strokes gained around the green?
Not bad. Nice. Not bad. It was okay. It's always a fun tournament out there.
What charity was that?
That was a charity for one of Greg Vaughn's son who passed away about 3 years ago.
Wow. Jackson, have you seen, or Chairman Kurt, have you seen Zach's wife's gummy?
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
I don't know if it's safe, but Doug, take a look at this text.
We've already got that this early in the morning?
It's a monster.
Just stay up all night writing that? Come on now.
Jackson, let me know if it's clear. It's the Munganass St. Louis Acura. Munganass, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour online at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. That's Jamie Burkhardt's secret number, 314-252-0029. $589 a month, no money down, and you can have yourself a 2020 Acura MDX Premium and work with the best. And the best is at stlouisacura.com and at altontoyota.com. That's a TMA listener special for a brand new vehicle with no money down and $589 a month on a 2024 Acura MDX Premium. Just let them know you're looking for the TMA loyal listener special at Munganass. Sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour and the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown. stlouisacura.com, altontoyota.com. Jamie Burkhardt, Peter Munganass. And in the service department, where I got to take my family's cars from the hailstorm, it's Ryan Seiberg and the wonderful staff at Munganass, St. Louis Acura, Munganass, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota. And Design Air is the sponsor of our email of the day. Oh, it's hotter than fires of hell out there now, Doug.
Yes,
I hope that air conditioning's working. If it's not, work with Seth Goldcamp and his staff at designairservice.com. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. Fourth generation, and they pride themselves on quick and effective service, no upselling. You just go to designairservice.com, and they will be out there as quickly as possible should you deal with any air conditioning issues while we are experiencing hotter than the fires of hell is what they're calling it, Doug. Hotter than the fires of hell.
Well, I'm okay with it.
I am too.
I mean, it's summer.
I agree.
And it's supposed to be low 90s. That's what summer is.
I'm fine with it because what's the alternative? Freezing our bulls off?
Yeah, I'm not happy with that.
Yeah, I'm not interested
in that.
And
I think as I look at it today, the hourly forecast, it looks like it's only going to be in the 90s from like noon to 4 or something. So most of the day, it's going to be just fine. Let's stop our whining about the hot weather. It's what we want all winter long. Let's get some heat up in here.
Nice.
And now we have it. 91 shouldn't stop you from doing what you want to do.
Heating and cooling. Official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast online at designairservice.com. Send your emails in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Buck Swope and JV golf coach leading things. Jackson, his Zach's wife's gummies, that'd be a good name for her. Has she been cleared?
It's just a recap of what happened Friday.
I'm telling you, I take one day off, and it's... Well, Jackson was off too.
Oh.
Now, what was interesting to me is Jackson checked with Chairman Kurt, and he said, yeah, Chairman Kurt said everything went really well. But when I text you and I go, how'd the show go? And you never tell me if something went wrong.
Well, because nothing goes wrong to the point where, like, you would need to, like, if I
don't need to know. It's just like...
Well, I know, but, like, something that might come up to you and you want some information on it so you're not coming into something blind. We so rarely have situations like that. Not to say we've never had a situation like that, but so rarely we have a situation like that.
Yeah, I'm not like looking for like, did we have any FCC violations? I'm like, how was the show? Was the show as a listener enjoyable? And then Chairman Kurt gave you what I thought was the Jackson Burkett, Doug, what would you call it? Hand job? Is that what you would call it?
Oh, I wouldn't call it that.
But like, I don't know how the show sounds.
So with Wellington running point, I'm like, this will be really interesting. I asked Doug before the show started. Mm-hmm. Doug's like, he was great. I go, he's great?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
But it seemed like any other show we would do.
Well, that's great to hear. That's awesome to hear. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why when I saw Zach's wife, is it Gummy or Cummy? Do you know?
I don't know who it is.
Well, either way, she sent in a long, and I would actually call it a soliloquy, but I don't want to read it if we get into a spot where I have to press eject midway through.
No.
Jackson, is it approved? Is it filtered? Is it good enough to read? I don't know.
I mean, there's nothing like bad in there, but it's...
She was upset by the presentation?
No, just kind of, I guess, informing the people. Unsolicited.
Well, she doesn't need to inform. The people that were interested could have listened to their own selves.
Right.
Or go back in PLTD.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's so subjective. Like, a show is subjective in a way. I don't know.
It was similar to any other show we ever do.
All right. Well, that's good to hear. Iggy, how'd you feel about it?
Nothing stands out, so it must have been decent.
There you go.
I mean, Welly did a great job. Got all the live spots in. And,
nice.
Just talked. I really don't remember.
There you go.
Seems like a W.
That was a long time ago. I don't remember it either.
So I guess it was okay.
All right, back-to-back texts here. Total Package says KG has to go.
Oh.
And then the Loomster says, without KG and O-Town on Friday, we wouldn't know any of the sponsors. So is he out or is he in? I don't know.
He's in. He's in.
Chairman?
I'll go with Doug. I'll stay.
Yeah. He did a fine job as well.
There was a couple of moments that just, I had some trouble with the Adobe. Luckily, Jackson.
Adobe season.
Jackson was accessible and got me straightened out. And once that was fixed, things got a little smoother. So it was not a perfect show. I give it a B-. So.
Now, good for you. I like that.
B- gets you a degree.
Yeah,
do we ever do a lot better than a B-?
I think one of the Foot Fetish Fridays got a B+, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. All right.
I'm sure I talked too much. Other than that, I don't remember.
Caller Ellen says Chairman Kurt was the star. He took care of the sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? Chairman Kurt, you just got the Caller Ellen Gold Star.
I appreciate that, Ellen. And Jackson told me two things. He said, make sure the show gets on the air.
Nice. How about that?
Yeah.
Make sure we hit the live spots. There's nothing that you could do that would really be a catastrophe. So it was not perfect, but there's some things that I would clean up if I had it to do over again.
Nice.
It was kind of your first time with the C on your sweater. And so, you did good.
Shoot, we'll fix that.
Trent.
It was fine. It's what our show always is. A few rough edges.
Yeah.
I mean, that's every show we put on, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, KG has battled some adversity
Oh,
in his
yeah.
career.
Oh.
He
has he ever.
on the board.
Dog.
We were in Jamaica, which
Oh, wow, what a moment.
I can't imagine that was easy. And then also when the show just got kicked off the air when we were at Norwood, when we were out there, and he just kind of had to vamp for a little bit.
That's right, there was vamping.
Off the air. So he's battled some tougher battles than this, I'll tell you that much.
He's been in the foxholes.
Hello, la la la.
Dirty Chewbacca. Iggy is interested in sleeping with you, as you know. She says, how was Iggy's weekend? I was hoping he was going to invite me over so we can watch golf and bang. That's Dirty Chewbacca who would like to engage in coitus with you.
Well, it's a dude. No, when I'm watching golf, I'd rather do it by myself.
Oh. Okay.
Even if you have a beautiful woman wanting to engage?
No. Okay. Not
When is it okay to kiss a guy?
Yeah, come on, it's not during
Not
golf.
when I'm watching golf.
So you get pretty serious when
No,
you're
I just can't be
golf.
bothered. I like to listen to the 45 people working on the NBC.
Uh-oh, Doug. NBC just took a hit right there.
Rico was about to get drilled.
I mean, I don't know. They had more people than doing a Super Bowl. There were 19 people on this broadcast.
Isn't that okay? They got them spread out all over the course.
No, they're all in the booth.
They weren't all in the booth.
They had 6 people in the booth. 2 to 3 different combinations.
Okay. And that made you upset?
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather hear one guy talk, not have 3 different analysts talking, 3 different hosts.
Huh.
I mean, you got one guy hitting, and then another guy hits, and then it's their turn. All right, let's look at Max Homa. What happened to the other guys?
Oh, gosh, I didn't even think to complain about that.
Well, I just don't like it. They had Paige McKenzie on for one shot.
Yeah.
Let's go on to Paige. Paige, what's he got? It's about a 3-iron. That's the only time you heard her. What was she doing there?
How about Mike Tirico's appearance? Were
He's
you
all
upset
over
by
the
that?
He's all over the place, yeah.
You were upset.
Who did the trophy presentation? Tirico gets out of the booth to go do that.
Well, he's NBC's #1 guy.
Well, you don't see Jim Nantz doing the trophy presentation for CBS, do you?
He does. He's in Butler Cabin, isn't he?
For one.
Well, that's the big major. Tirico doesn't do them for all of them. This was NBC's big moment of their golf coverage.
I don't like NBC.
Okay, gosh. Watch out. Here comes Suckboy Tony.
Yeah, they get to Friday or Saturday and Sunday, and no more Maltby.
You're mad that Raj was gone? Raj was pulled off the broadcast? What happened?
They use him on Thursday and Friday. Then
what happened to Roger Maltby?
I don't know. I just know, nope, no more Maltby.
Yeah, best guy you got. You bring him out of retirement. He loves doing it. He's gone for the weekend. We got our guys out here. We got John Wood and I don't know who else is out there. Smiley Kaufman. I like Smiley, but
I just don't watch to be that critical of the teams that they put together. They're all so good and so professional that it doesn't bother me.
Major surgery was needed to fix the Canucks.
Canucks! I don't know. I just thought it was fine, the presentation. I didn't have any problem with it at all. But I don't watch with the critical eye that you do.
No, it was fine. I just don't. It wasn't even Tirico's time for the shot. It wasn't even his group.
What do you mean it wasn't his time?
Well, they all had different groups. You had Brandel, who I thought, Chambly, who I thought did a great job, Dan Hicks, and it's their hole, and then the guy's shot, and goes, and the Tirico jumps in. Is it 5 feet? Great shot! It wasn't even your turn to talk.
Oh, gosh.
Just making it sound like it's a miraculous shot. It was like on the third hole. Oh, I'm tired of NBC.
Oh, man.
When are we going to fix the nose whistles? Text me when it's taken care of, and I will start listening again. That's from our runner-up in the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Year 2023, the Loomster.
Well, I was talking during the whole thing. I don't think there was nose whistling. I'm not talking.
Don't do that.
And NBC.
Don't do
little
that.
key bumps.
I'm not.
Call me Lil Key Bumps.
I'm breathing out of my mouth when I'm talking. I'm not whistling. I don't know what you're hearing.
Oh, boy.
Loomster, call in and let me know what you're hearing. 636-9004-TMA. Collier and Thompson, sponsor of the phone lines. And, of course, text in, Friends of the Feather, 314-881-TMA5. And that's presented to you by South City Sporting Goods. South City Sporting Goods created TMASTLshop.com's Holderness and Bourne golf polos. And Chairman Kurt, the pre-sale ends tomorrow. Once they're gone, they're gone. And, boy, Jackson and I, we were wearing Holderness and Bourne this weekend at our event. And what were you saying? You were talking about the shirt. It was like you were doing a live read in the cart with me, talking about the shirt you were wearing.
Really?
Yeah, he does live reads in the cart.
Well, it's different material than the other Holderness and Bourne shirt I had previously had, which I love. And I was like a little dubious. I was like, oh, is this going to hold up in the hot weather? I mean, the weather wasn't hot this weekend, but it was still really breathable. Like, even though the material, you'd feel it. It's nice material. You just wouldn't think it would be super breathable. Extremely breathable.
Well,
it was
was it
super
breathable?
comfortable the whole time, yeah. Holderness and Bourne, next level golf shirts.
Well,
Real.
and now it's
You guys weren't matching, were you?
No.
Okay, thank you.
You would have been upset if they had been?
I actually would respect if he were upset if we had been.
Yes, I don't like seeing. I played in it twice, and I can't tell you how many guys got the same color shirts, same color pants,
Uniforms,
hats.
essentially.
Why would that bother you?
It's a bad look.
In the shootout, you can bet on teams to win, and I did, and failed, of course. And I made a late entry, and then Jackson goes, hey, one of those teams you bet on were wearing a team uniform. And I go, oh, crap, I just went against my moral compass. And, of course, they didn't win. Yeah, it's a glaring tell. I don't think a team wearing a uniform has ever won a shootout, but I'll check on that. Somebody, I think datagolf.com tracks that.
You guys didn't make it.
reference.
Yeah, member guest. Here's another net event we're tracking.
You guys didn't make the shootout?
We did not make the shootout.
Oh, no.
Iggy.
Whose fault? It had to be Jackson's fault. Couldn't have been yours. It was.
No doubt.
Oh, what? You get nervous like Iggy did?
I couldn't putt or chip for the life of me. Oh, boy. Tough around the greens, Doug. Tough around the greens.
Well,
you live and you learn.
know.
Keep playing.
Yeah, now you got a scar.
Yeah, you keep teeing it up.
How many 26-year-olds can play in their first event and experience, glory? So you get a scar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just keep teeing it up, Doug. Keep
so you
swinging,
let Tim
swinging.
down?
I don't know about that, but I just didn't play well. That's a fact.
What'd you shoot?
I don't have.
You know what you shot.
I don't know. I shot poorly. I'll tell you that much. There's nothing.
The thing that it depends on. It's a event by event basis. Now they'll enter the scores in the Gin app. So you can see our scores, but I contend that it's pointless because you don't play in a match how you do if you're just out playing. You know what I mean? Because you got to worry about, okay, well, this guy's here, so then I got to be more aggressive, or this guy's already out of the hole, so I can bogey it and win the hole. It doesn't matter. So I guess they do that to try to catch the most likely guest who, shows up as a 20 handicap and shoots, 6 over par or something like that. And then that guy winds up in the river, I believe. That's usually where he winds up. If it were in Las Vegas, he's in the desert. In St. Louis, they put him in the river. Not necessarily the course, but other players usually have that person taken care of.
Okay.
So I guess that's why it's in the gin app.
They employ some sort of fixer?
I don't know who's. I've never been involved in taking out somebody from a member guest event.
It seems extreme.
And with Jackson being the member, I feel like is the guest. It's not my place.
Right.
But I was really surprised when I was told at our second match by one of the people we were playing that they really are posting the scores, and sure enough, they did. So that became a whole thing.
Did you enjoy the Calcutta evening, Jackson?
I enjoyed all of it. I really did. It was a lot of fun.
Jackson got to see it, and I'm glad he did. He got to experience it.
I was just someone. I truly did have a lot of fun. I was playing golf, all day. It was fun.
Then what?
I enjoyed myself.
Then after the golf, what did you do?
Enjoy some cold beverages.
Oh, libations.
How much did you drink, guy?
Nothing crazy.
Yeah, a lot of cranberry juice.
Yeah, I just kept pounding crabs. Yeah. Mainlining cranberry juice all weekend.
I saw where my former insurance agent, Billy Newhouse, made the shootout with his son. That's kind of cool when you...
Yeah, it is cool.
And your son gets to play with you and you make a shootout.
He's a good
David, how about a little Popeye's chicken? That good for your golf swing?
Did you tell Bo I said hi?
Oh, absolutely. Bo House, who is referenced on this show because he gave Iggy a putt that was about 2.5 feet, which would have been good enough to win the U.S. Open, said... he's telling me a story because anytime I see him, I said, "Hey, Iggy says hello," and I don't see him all that often. So he tells me this story. This was like a week ago. Doug, you need to understand the power of HD2. I don't know if the power of HD2 is as respected as it should be, mainly because I think we're the only show in the country on HD2.
Could be.
But he rented out a home in Florida, and the guy, when they got done, and I guess, paid him, and so he saw his number. I don't know, Verbo, Airbnb, hell, I don't know. Either way, he goes, "Hey, I see your name's Bo House. You wouldn't be happen to be the guy that they talk about on that show in St. Louis?"
Oh, no, wow. No.
And that just dug this show now in South Florida. It's starting. I don't think it plays as well in the Panhandle. Bloom Party probably does, but this show, Doug, this show is South Florida's #1 show.
We're the darlings of the Midwest?
That's right. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, we should simulcast.
Hard to believe.
I think we're on Miami Espanol station.
WQAM.
So just for 3 hours, they pipe in guys from St. Louis on HD2 doing an English show, and they love it.
Helps them learn English?
Yep.
Because you'll hear it spoken here better than anywhere else.
If you do valet at Spirit Event through Doug, I just got to read what's in the prompter.
Oh.
If you do valet at Spirit Event, though the parking lot is just steps away, you're probably old money. That's from Mr. Licks.
What kind of a sentence was that? Delete it, Lex, and try it again. That was awful. We have no idea what you were talking about. If you valet at Spirit Airport? That's if you're flying PJ?
Yeah, PJ.
First of all, you don't have a mom because you're not married, so your kids don't have that mom that you're dating.
Exactly.
I would think you'd have a limousine dropping you off. You wouldn't need valet.
That's probably what Tom Brady did when he came into town this weekend.
I have some questions about that.
So he really was in town. I thought it was a joke.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get a chance. I wanted to, but I didn't get a chance to watch the...
He was at the game.
Yeah. Giving out the MVP award, right? Yeah. I was wondering...
Was he at Napoli on Saturday?
I have to imagine.
Kurt Warner was here, too.
I imagine his plane touchdown, walked into the dome, and then immediately turned rear and went right back on the plane. But I was wondering if they said they paid them like $20 or $25 million for the roast. How much did the XFL have to pay for on Father's Day for him to be in St. Louis, Missouri at the Battle Dome?
I don't know. Maybe he just likes it here.
Is he friends with The Rock? Maybe The Rock got him to do it.
Maybe, but even I don't like that. I don't know if there is an amount of money that would get Tom Brady here for that event.
Maybe The Rock's going to put him in one of his picture films.
The game was on Fox. It's all
Yeah,
Fox.
Fox
That's what it
thing.
was.
Yeah, that's what it is then. You're right.
Yeah. Congratulations to the Birmingham Stallions.
Mm-hmm. 3 in a row. Three-peat. Hello.
Yeah.
25-0 over that Brahmas bunch.
Oh, was it 25 no?
Mm-hmm.
How many people were there?
They announced just under 28,000 tickets sold.
Nice. Yeah. Very nice.
I saw a couple of pictures. It looked like maybe 2,800.
The Cardinals got together with the UFL and said, here's how you do attendance announcements in downtown St. Louis.
Yeah. It looked about half. It looked like the lower bowl was the only part populated, and that was less than half full.
Mhm.
So a lot of those beautiful red seats at the Dome.
I was interested in looking just to watch for a few minutes to see how it was going. I couldn't find it. I went to the ESPN app to see where it was going to be televised. Nothing. They didn't have the score. The ESPN app has every women's golf tournament played all over the world. They've got cricket score. They've got everything except the UFL championship.
It was on
game.
Fox, wasn't it?
I don't know. I didn't battle it real hard, but I know it wasn't easy.
Fox has a Euro competition for soccer too, so I don't know how that works
Yeah.
out.
I couldn't watch the Cardinal game either.
Roku.
Yeah. I don't have Roku.
I had that. I figured that out.
One of my TVs has Roku, but I didn't want to watch it on that TV.
It's a good game. Fun, actual, kind of throwback Cardinals-Cubs game.
I got to tell you something. Jackson is really into the Cardinals. We were sitting there after one of our matches at the bar, Jackson and his cranberry juice, and on the two TVs, there's the U.S. Open and there's the Cardinal game. You know. And Jackson's like cheering for stuff, and I'm like, oh, what do you have on us? No. This guy's just a big old fan. I'm like, oh my God, that's as pure as as pure as the driven snow.
Yeah.
I've figured out my way to stay locked in all baseball season is get really into.
Oh, do you have like a over/under win total bet?
No, it's just get really into the stats, like really dive into because baseball's so unique and the stats have such a large volume. You pitch so many innings, you'd have so many bats, so the stats are actually really solid. And I've gotten more into that, and so I've
Is that because of fantasy baseball?
No, clearly not. I have the worst team possibly ever assembled.
Yeah, you do have a lousy club.
So bad, dude.
Doug, the name of the team is Miracle on Ice, a tribute to him saying he'd rather be at the 2024 NBA All-Star Game as opposed to Lake Placid in 1980.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, no, my
anti-American.
That is anti-American.
How's your team ERA over 4 and your WHIP 1? I don't understand how that works, but that's what my team's working with.
Well, how does your team have a minus 38 run differential, but the 5th seed in the National League playoffs? But that's what we've got here, Jack. If the season stopped right now, the Cardinals and Atlanta Braves would have a little rematch from 5 years ago. This time they'd do best of 3. But either way, off they go. How do you do?
I'm fine.
Cardinals then NLDS. I guess they would take on, I don't know, Phillies, Dodgers.
Bring
Dodgers
them
lost
on.
Mookie Betts.
Line them up.
Cardinals are going to get healthy. Dodgers and Braves dealing with injuries. Here come the Cardinals, 35-35. Doug, how do you do?
Well, I'm fine. They're in the second wild card spot now.
Woot woot!
Yeah, just climbing the ladder.
Yep.
That's right.
They're
Stacking
really
wins.
This goes without saying, but they're awfully fortunate to have not played well at all, and they're right there. If some of these guys just start to hit a little bit with the pitching that they're getting, they could go on a nice run.
Now, the New York Mets are the 3rd worst team in the National League. However, they're a game and a half out of a playoff spot.
Well, the National League, what a year it's
They're
having.
lurking.
I want to take a ween in my right hand and a ween in my left hand and just go skiing. That's what we've created here. Let's just use our hands on everybody gets to go into the playoff. 162 games. What's the point? Well, it's like the Grapefruit League now. Everybody gets to go in.
Right.
So the Padres are 37-38. You will now get to face the number 3 seed in the National League, Padres and Brewers. How do you do?
There's really not a close division race anywhere in the National League. There's only one in all of baseball. The Yankees game and a half ahead of Baltimore.
Oh, it's a Jim Dandy in the AL East.
Other than that, Cleveland leads by 5.
It's like
Seattle,
Major League Baseball is like
8.5.
college football did with the Bulls in the 90s. Whatever.
Well, that's what they want. If you get down toward...
Well, I would assume so, since they're in charge of their own organization.
But I mean, it's working. Because if you have all these divisions that are, if you got into, late August and everybody's 7, 8, nobody's watching. Now you got 6 teams that are fighting for 1 or 2 wildcard spots, so there's still some interest toward the end of the year.
Right.
Yeah, we got to track the attendance in these teams that are.
Yeah, probably not.
Right. It's a
Do you
narrative.
know we have the best fans in baseball in St. Louis?
Oh, that's awesome.
It is awesome. It is great.
Doug, we've got this shot from the Warson Woods Wacko. I guess he had a suite at the game yesterday?
Oh, I would assume it's always
Battle Dome.
Brady was at the game because he was practicing for his NFL broadcasting this fall, watching the U.S. Open final round in the comfort of a suite at the UFL Championship is next level. So he was calling the game while watching the U.S. Open final? Or maybe Warson Woods Wacko is showing that he was in a suite watching the U.S. Open final round?
I think the latter.
Okay.
He's trying to
Doesn't sound like you're impressed.
He's trying to give those tickets away badly.
He was?
Oh, yeah. He's always on the show, or he's texting in. Anyone want these tickets to the game?
Oh, I saw so many posts on Facebook. Got a couple of freebies, got 4 freebies, got 2. I mean, there are people just giving them away.
That's a hard sell to ask St. Louisans to go watch Birmingham play San Antonio.
Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
With this, everyone gets in the system. Why would any team spend like the Dodgers? Be mediocre, see if you can get hot. You could win it all at a third of the cost. That's from Larry Thornton.
Well, that's kind of what they're doing. It's kind of what's happening. Yeah, that's what's happening.
How much is Mo paying Jackson to cover their asses? I also checked the scorecards. Nice rounds, Tim. That's from the Springfield Mud Tosser.
Gosh, stop tossing so much mud.
I'm not. I'll still be critical. I'm rooting for them to do well. I don't think that's such a crazy concept. I'm not saying anyone else.
I was just
isn't.
surprised how you were invested like somebody who had something on it.
No. Cubs Cardinals.
Because even though I think everybody would love to see the Cardinals in it somehow, in October or whatever, just for the entertainment of it, I don't think anybody's sitting there going, no, this is a really good team. Now, if they do get in and then do well, you'll have a bunch of people saying they did it. Done this for 20 years. I know how it works. But and then if they're terrible, where are all the people who said they were going to be good? Whatever. Again, I got one in this hand. I got one in this hand.
No, stop skiing.
I do.
If we could just get hot.
I'll admit it. I was one of the guys that said, "What the hell is he doing?"
What are you talking about?
Mo, 40-year-old pitchers. What do you need 3 pitchers and 2 of them are like 80, and so far all 3 of them have been pretty good. So I was wrong.
Yeah. The bullpen has been good. They just don't hit.
Right, but that's part of an off season.
Yeah.
Anyway, either way, Jackson's reactions were. Doug, what did you say? You said they were pure as the driven snow.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
All about the stats.
There was so much great.
I've never heard anyone say that before.
I've gotten into it.
You're a numbers guy.
I'm trying to become more of one.
You'd like to become one of these analytic nerds who sits up there with your laptop and tells Ollie what to do?
No, that would be kind of fun, though. No, you can't bring this picture in.
Would you tell him to shave?
No, keep this. Hey, listen, I'm not going to hate on anyone's hustle. I'd tell him to bring in John King more, despite the homer he gave up.
Yeah, Jackson loves John King.
Really do.
This is nasty, man. Use him more. They're like, oh, he's a lefty specialist. Nonsense. Use him more, regardless. There was some great sentiment this weekend with Roycroft being the Chicago native playing there. Pete Pages, the MVP of the weekend, and his family coming up for that, which was legit awesome to see. So there's some, you know how much I love sentiment and whimsy. So there was so much of that this weekend.
I love sentiment and whimsy.
And that's
Chairman Kurt, new T-shirt.
I'm on it.
Aaron in St. Chuck, who has nipple rings and therefore moves to the front of the line. I just went over to the YouTube chat, and wow, Doug, I guess she's letting us have it. I don't know who she's letting have it.
No.
The whistling is bad. You can say you don't hear it, but we're not making it up. It's audible and hard to listen to. The narrative, and Aaron in St. Chuck, because her nipples are pierced, friend of the feather. But I don't think anybody is thinking that we're making this up.
Is it possible
that the listeners are making it? I apologize. I'm sick as a hornet, and I don't know what the hell I'm going to do to get through the programs today.
No.
But, no, I don't think the audience is making it up. And, Jackson, you talked with an engineer.
Yes.
And the plan was to get the audio frequency of whatever the whistles are, and then they can do something. I can't recall what it's called.
Wizardry.
They do wizardry, Doug, and then it'll be blocked out.
Right. That's the goal. But it's not. It's a project that takes a little bit of, you got to actually get the audio and get it rolling. Not to mention, I really can't do much on it from my end. Like I can only do so much. So, we're working on it. We understand. We hear you. We hear for you.
Nice.
Yeah. And so we hear you.
You see where I am and see where the mic is?
Yeah.
I don't know how you pick up my nose from there. I really don't.
Well, now, don't be upset. You're 20% crestfallen right now.
Well, I'm just getting tired of hearing it. Yeah, we know. You said something, 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
We get it.
Do you think it's because the nose hairs are so long?
No, I trim my nose hairs at least twice a week.
Twice a week?
I don't breathe out of my nose.
It's like a Brazilian in your nose.
No, it's just like if I happen to see one hanging out.
No.
Do it. So I don't breathe out of my nose. I don't know what to tell you.
No.
Just take the earbuds out. It seems that everybody wears earbuds. They hear it because you could hear a pin drop from 40 feet away with the earbuds in. So, I mean, I'm sitting right here with the headphone talking, and I don't hear it. So I don't know how you can hear it.
I don't hear it either. Now I hear it. I heard it there.
I just give you something.
I hear it again.
Yeah. There's certainly times where I can hear something happening, but it's tough, especially being in the studio. It's tough because you're not sure if you're hearing it in your headphones or externally. But I would just say, when you're not talking, just toss the mic over there.
Oh.
I do.
I hear you.
I go like that.
But I'm saying not by heart.
And it's completely out of the question that our audio board manufactures its own weird sound that sounds like a nose whistle.
Yeah, I don't think that there's like a gerbil in here whistling.
Ooh. Jackson spotted a gerbil during our weekend, by the way.
There wasn't.
I couldn't have been more delighted.
There was a little.
Wasn't a gerbil.
It was some sort of
Ground
muskrat, maybe, or
it wasn't a muskrat.
Is that Muskrat Love by Captain and Tennille?
Yes.
or a marmot of some sort. I don't know.
Marmot.
I don't know what it was.
It's probably
but
a ground
I
squirrel.
announced, "Oh my God, gerbil!" And Tim said, "Ooh, capture it!" And I thought that was really
absolutely. I would like to have that thing, and
For what reason?
we could keep it in like a little box, and I just like put it up on the show, like it would just sit right.
Have it here.
A little gerbil is our little mascot.
That's not bad, actually.
Could have been a mole or a mouse.
Yes.
It most likely was, but it sure looked like a gerbil to me.
Gerbil's part of the kangaroo family, I think.
Is that right? It's
Wow,
a
marsupial? Jake's Coke.
I think it is.
Is it?
Hey, boys, while Gino is zeroing in on the nose whistle, can he knock out the frequencies of the door slamming shut during live reads and the notebook sliding across the dais? And, Doug, how many man coins you got, bitch? That's from Scoop's cameraman.
Pan coins. Pan coins. It's in pancakes.
Haven't had the notebook in here in 3 weeks.
Well.
Way to pay attention.
Scoops cameraman, the action's
No,
back
there,
on.
I'm hearing it now. I didn't before.
I'll give that to you too.
Yeah.
One more time with that. Oh.
Mr. Lick says, I'm wheels up now, so please hold any U.S. Open talk until tomorrow. That's Mr. Lick's, Doug. So if you can handle that.
Didn't get Wi-Fi on the plane? Jeez.
Yeah, surprising.
Must not
Wow.
be much of a PJ.
Yeah. Hey, 100 West Dental, friends of the feather. We had 100 West Dental in studio last week, and 100 West Dental wants the TMA listeners to come in and experience the difference that they have going on in their brand new office building right across from Munganess St. Louis Acura. They built a brand new office with the most modern of technology, with the patient experience front of mind. One of the very few dental offices that offer virtual consultations with the doctor. And if you don't have insurance for dentistry, that's not a problem. The membership plan aids in the cost of dental work for those who do not have dental insurance. Overall mouth health and cosmetic part of partnering with the dentist, and that is what separates them from everybody else. They have a huge offer going on right now. If you mention my name, you get $1,000 off an Invisalign package. If you're on the fence about Invisalign, they have a digital scanner that can show you a simulation of what it will look like before you even go through with it. It's 100 West Dental. Mention my name, get $1,000 off. 100westdental.com or call 636-585-0100. 100westdental.com. Doug, tell everybody about our title sponsor. That's Brown and Crouppen. How do you do?
Brown and Crouppen. Perhaps you were injured over the weekend. Maybe you were watching the golf and Roger Maltby disappeared on Saturday and Sunday. You were upset by that. You feel hurt by that. You don't know who to turn to, whether it was that or maybe an accident, because you were so upset. Then you call Brown and Crouppen. They can take care of you if you are the victim of someone else's negligence. If you have a potential personal injury case, you call Brown and Crouppen, the local law firm that is here to serve you. That's 314-222-2222. Why would you call them? Oh, I don't know. They've won more than $1 billion in compensation for their clients. How about that? They give you a free contingency basis. That's how they work. No upfront costs at all. If you don't get paid, they don't get paid. They give you that free evaluation. They'll go over your case with you and decide if you have a case, and if you do, they will move forward. They're one of the largest personal injury firms in the Midwest now. They employ more than 250 legal professionals, most in St. Louis. They've also got offices in Kansas City. They are here to serve you. We've gotten to know Ed Herman and Andy Crouppen and Terry Crouppen all very well. They come in here, one of them every Tuesday, and spread around a little wisdom, little legal wisdom, and talk about anything else. You've gotten to know them and know that they are the kind of people you would like in your corner if you should ever need them. So if you think you do need Brown and Crouppen services, call them. Here's the number again, 314-222-2222. Or you go to brownandcrouppen.com and make sure you let them know you heard about it here on TMA. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising. Past results are no guarantee of future results, and every case is different and must be judged on its own accord.
Well, if you want to get your game informed during this golf season, head to Family Golf and Learning Center. That's Family Golf and Learning Center. The short game area is an incredible facility to practice shots 100 yards and in, chipping, putting, and of course the double-decker driving range. If you have young children who are into the game, the Par 3 course is a perfect place to take them. They have camps and leagues throughout, both for youngsters and also ladies' leagues and couples leagues and parent-child scrambles as well. It's Family Golf and Learning Center. You can host your event there, birthday parties, graduation parties, corporate events, and clinics. And they have club fitting. Get fit for a new set of clubs this year, single club as well as full bag fittings. It's Family Golf and Learning Center. They make St. Louis better at golf. Learn, practice, play your best golf. Family Golf and Learning Center, familygolfonline.com. Jackson in the Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. I would love to know who won the Munganess Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown, Doug, and now it's on to Pinehurst.
Now it's on to Pinehurst. Boy, I really ate it for switching out Hovland and Hatton.
Oh, wow, Doug, you got burned.
That did not help anybody, so I apologize. But, we have oh, man.
You're finding out live on air.
Great. Yeah, Doug, you got smoked, to be honest with you. Iggy's going to take the third major of the year.
Oh, what a moment.
But there's more.
Oh.
So, yeah, Doug, Hovland and Nagel missing the cut hurt Doug, but he did have he had Xander, who made a nice little run there.
Even if you gave him Hatton instead of Hovland, he still gets crushed.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right, because all of Iggy's players made the cut. And
wow.
In the, Shoffley T7, Morikawa T14, Matsuyama finished 6th, Min Woo tied for 21st, Russell Henley, who had a hell of a Sunday.
Yeah, he did.
Tied for 7th, and Harris English, Iggy's guy, his worst player, but still made the cut.
The children, did they get anything?
Yeah, $15.
What?
Iggy cashed 15 sweet little dollars.
This one's for the children.
I'd like him to get a little bit more.
I'm just tired of having to make money to break us even every week.
Well, you're on the losing end so far this year.
Yeah, but when I win, I cash. When you win, you don't cash.
I don't know. I'd like to see you pick better players so you win more.
Iggy is now one back. He has the major count. Iggy has 2 majors. Doug has 1.
Mm-hmm.
Doug, you have to win at Troon.
Oh, God, yeah.
So,
weighing heavily on me.
Iggy wins and cashes $15 for the kids. Good week.
Okay.
Really good week.
Yeah, 6 out of 6 this event.
Yeah.
Especially with, I think 48% of the rosters in the Millionaire Maker had Scheffler on it. I mean, he made the cut, but obviously it wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to kill me, even though I knew I had all 6.
That's how you got to win these things.
But I had all 6 making the cut. But when Koepka bogeyed 18.
Doug, were you when Koepka bogeyed?
No, I wasn't.
He was +4. He bogeyed 18. That let all of the 5s in. And there were 16 players at 5. So that let Fleetwood and Scheffler in. And Scheffler was on probably half the rosters.
Oh, is that right? That's how they got in? I didn't realize it.
Yeah. If he pars it, the cut's 4. So yeah, I figured I'm going to get screwed even though I got all 6, but that's letting Scheffler in. He's probably on half the roster.
Yeah,
so
you're a victim.
But he didn't do anything over the weekend. So I think he's had, in his last 72 holes, he's had 3 birdies. That's unheard of. And I don't understand the schedule. They had the Memorial was a signature event right before the U.S. Open, and next week's a signature event. So I got 2 signature events smashed in between as the U.S. Open. I don't think anybody wants to play. A lot of people don't like playing the week before the Open, and they sure as hell don't want to play the week after the Open after playing 2 weeks in a row. Now, will Rory go to the signature event? Will he say, just find me, I'm not playing?
Viva la Strauss! He seemed upset. He left the course yesterday without speaking to the media.
And Netflix, I guess, they let Netflix cameras in there. So
I think that's the deal.
Yeah, we'll have to wait until the next.
Yeah, it'll be an all-timer. That was my Sunday was so. All I wanted to do was watch the U.S. Open with my father. That's all I want to do. Told my wife's an only child. I said, be with your dad. Don't worry about me. If you want the boys to come with me, God bless. If you want to take them, God bless. Whatever. I just want to watch the U.S. Open with my father, and was able to do that, and that was phenomenal. I still haven't been able to consume all of the coverage of that I want to, but I'm trying to think of. I actually think, and maybe I'll miss one. It's not because it was in St. Louis. Truly, in the golf community, although a lot of people don't think Belle Reve's a great major championship venue in the golf community, that major in St. Louis is considered one of the best tournaments, in part because of Tiger, but also in part because of the leaderboard and the action on Sunday. But I can't think of one in recent memory that compares with what we got yesterday. That was so incredible. So incredible. Were you watching it?
I did. I watched the end of it. Yeah. I saw McIlroy miss his putts 3 or 4 times from about 4 feet away. And saw
less than that.
Saw DeChambeau play the last couple of holes.
I watched the entire thing, and so my appreciation, Matthew Pavon, who I would imagine about 2% of the audience knows who he is, he was playing with DeChambeau in the final group. I was listening to an interview he did. He won at Torrey Pines, so, golf nerds are aware of that guy. So he's a really good player, but he's a Frenchman. Most people probably aren't all that familiar with him or care, but I heard him doing an interview when I was heading home from my sister's place, and he said most people, when they talk about Bryson, they talk about his distance, but the thing that stood out to me yesterday was his ability to get up and down. The one that'll stand out forever will be the 55-yard bunker shot, and then how close he stuck it and leaving himself a perfect uphill putt. That was incredible, but he had ups and downs throughout that were, just world class. I mean, I'm talking about, I think he gets up and down. I can't recall which hole it was, but 3% of the time.
Oh, yeah, back left of the pin.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. And I'm just going, that is surgical in its precision, and then the execution. So it was. I realize that, hey, I don't blame anybody for it. That probably the headline is Rory McIlroy missing the putts that he missed, and he missed the hole on 16. Bryson's lipped out. He missed the hole on 16. I don't know what to say about that. That's something else. And that one was kind of straightforward. The putt on 18, the most horrifying putt from my standpoint, major championship, at least that's on video history, is Scott Hoke at the Masters. Type that in. Even if you're not a golfer, you'll go, oh God, you don't. It's tough to watch. I think we were talking about it over the weekend, and then we actually got to see this. Do you know what I'm talking about, Iggy?
Yeah, I think that was a choke.
Scott Hoke.
It was like 18 inches.
It's unbelievable. But he walked up to it. He kept checking around, and then he stood over it, and then I think he backed off. It was a whole thing. And I'm telling you, if you watch Rory, who is very routine-oriented with his putter, like most players are, Brooks Koepka always wipes the putter blade. It's a routine thing that he was taught by a guy named Warren Botke.
Warren Buffett.
Warren Botke, who I got lessons from. Claiborne gave me him, and so I've worked with him, and so I've got to know him. He's down in Florida, and he taught Koepka growing up. So these guys are taught these routines, and I'm telling you, when Rory goes around to line up to make that putt on 18, he stutter steps, and I remember thinking, that reminds me of Scott Hoke. This is before he putted it. And on top of it, that putt, while it was short, it was not as straightforward as the putt on 16. It was a downhill, left to right slider, and Still, nonetheless, at that level, you got to make it, of course. But when I saw him stutter step, I go, ugh, as dumb as it is. And then if you really like dial in on the putter as it goes back, you can see it's the motion's off, for lack of a better term. I'm sure there's a better way to put that. And I don't know how he comes back from that. Now, I imagine he will, but, last year, it's never happened before in the history of the U.S. Open in which back-to-back years a player finishes in second place by himself and loses by a stroke. I don't think people remember him finishing last year to Wyndham Clark because I think he was kind of, Ricky Fowler led that going into the final round. But this one was a different set of circumstances. He had a 2-stroke lead. He had birdied 4 of 5 holes. To birdie 4 of 5 holes at Pinehurst yesterday was a whole lot different than birdie at 4 or 5 holes at Valhalla 3 weeks earlier. That was incredible. And so it's all there. And then he misplays 15. That was odd. And then 16, he misses the putt. 17, he gets a good lie in that bunker after a poor tee shot. It was an odd line to take for that tee shot. And then 18, the chip was so good, but he left himself above the hole, and that was a tough putt. I just don't know how he's going to come back from that, because after last year, losing the U.S. Open, he said, I'll go through 1 million more of these if it leads to one championship. And he was thinking of what had happened at St. Andrews the year before. I don't want to say blowing the lead to Cam Smith, but he was in the lead, and then he wound up losing that, and Cam Smith came back to beat him. This is at another level. I mean, when you miss a total of, I would guess it's about, mathematically, 6.5 feet of putts on 16 and 18 combined.
Maybe.
And then it costs you the U.S. Open. Holy crap, along with everything that has been going along in his storyline, both professionally with the LIV, PGA Tour stances he took, and then getting whatever wound up happening with, PGA Tour, then doing whatever deal that they did that doesn't seem to have come to fruition. His personal situation, which gets to play out, and people take sides on that and make fun of it. It's wonderful. I'm sure everybody would love to have their personal lives litigated on television and radio and podcasts, but that's where it goes. And then you miss a 3-foot putt twice in the final 3 holes of the U.S. Open. Holy crap. And yes, Iggy, the fact that the Netflix cameras are going to have access to that, I can't imagine what we will see.
It looked like when he was sitting waiting for Bryson to finish that he knew like Bryson's going to figure this out, and I'm going to cost myself a championship. Even if he makes one of those putts, they go to the playoff.
Right.
Just
makes both of them. They don't even have to worry about the playoff.
Exactly. Yeah, and I mean the one on 16 is more damning because the one on 18, like Tim said, downhill, left to right slider.
Yeah, but
no fun.
But most people aren't looking at it that way, and I understand that. I don't blame them. It's people look at it as a short putt missed on 18. It was a tough putt, but still, he's got to make it. The one on 16 was certainly easier. Yeah. He just missed the hole. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I realize it looks like it lips, but that, God almighty, what in the hell? Bryson's that he missed, that wasn't missing the hole. Holy crap. It was something else, though. I mean,
great turn.
God, that was incredible.
DeChambeau's 18th hole was interesting, where all he had to do is maybe take a little bit off the driver, just hit it straight.
He's all distance,
and
all
he
the time.
didn't.
You think he wasn't trying to?
Off the fairway. It looked like he was swinging for the fences.
Well, he does that every hole.
I know, but that might have been the hole to back off just a wee bit.
Take 3 would, maybe.
Yeah. And then he was in the native grasses, is that what they called it?
Wiregrass.
Wiregrass.
They called it tufts and shrubs.
Nice.
All day.
Yeah. Couldn't take his full backswing. He had like a tree root right next to his ball, and still drilled it way out of there.
It was like
he was in the sand, but he still got it out.
Every second shot he took was from some crazy lie in the native grass. He's like
he was the worst in the field as far as hitting fairways yesterday, and still won the tournament. In part, I would say 90% of it actually, is a credit to his ability to get up and down from just ridiculous play. I'm in awe of it. I'm really in awe of it. And then on the other side of it, it speaks to, from my standpoint, there should be more penalty for a U.S. Open for driving it that wildly. That was, because then once you go in there, it's like it becomes a lottery. Did I get a good lie in that wiregrass, as opposed to just like when you're driving it that wildly, there, from my standpoint, should be a penalty. And this isn't about a personal thing with Bryce and liking, disliking. It could have been anybody. And just, that was so he gets breaks on most of the lies, and But either way, taking that out of it, the up and downs, holy crap, just phenomenal, so good.
Yeah, I think Chambly put it perfectly. He said, "Yeah, he's the only guy I know that's hit the ball in there so many times, and instead of weeds around, his ball is covered with four-leaf clovers." He got so many great lies out of that. I mean, Pavon a couple of times is like right in front of the pile of weeds, so he had to hit it and just hope the ball got through there.
If Jackson had been able to get up and down occasionally this past weekend,
I could have used
he'd have won the number of guests.
That Bryson magic. Holy hell. I mean, the one they talked about, Smiley was like, it's not the worst place to miss, but it's the second worst place to miss. He gets up and down. Bones is saying, he's like, I've seen Phil get up and down a lot. These are like right up there.
It was unreal. It was so good. It was so damn good.
And it wasn't just those two that made it exciting, because there was one point you had Finau got to a stroke back. Matsuyama was only 2 back.
There was a good chance
at
a point of a five-way play.
Yeah, there were a lot of people up there for most of the day, and then they kind of separated themselves. But at least it wasn't a 2-man race for 18 holes. There were other people up there.
In the morning, you had the cool little amateur battle, or I guess early afternoon, with the two low amateurs kind of having a little duel in the sun. It was pretty cool. The Shipley guy who won at the Masters, or was the low amateur at the Masters.
Some of those shots where they've got impossible lies. They got trees in front of them. They can't take a full backswing. I don't know if they even practice shots like that, or if they're just so darn good that they just have it.
Yeah.
They can just, wherever it is, they can hit it solidly.
Right. Well, especially with Bryson, he's so damn strong that there are times where it looks like he's taking like a casual pitch shot out of there, but he's hammering it. And they kept mentioning like the back of the ball, and he always could see the back of the ball.
He reminds me of one of your bro friends in college who happened to play on the football team,
right?
And then discovered golf right at the end, and just hits it farther than everybody else.
You see the congregation of bros after he won, jumping all over him.
I tweeted this after the tournament. It really doesn't matter.
Did you see Iggy's tweet?
No, I missed it.
Doesn't matter.
You're still mad at Maltby?
No, I didn't tweet anything at NBC.
No.
And you don't want to make this live versus the PGA, but something's got to be done, because right now Bryce and DeChambeau is so much fun to watch, and in the certain circumstances, you only get to see him 4 times a year. That's not right. I mean, people would love to see, and he's changed. I mean, it used to be you hated to watch him play. Now he's just turned around 360, where he's, must
180.
watch. No, he's done it
That's
twice.
what you say.
Well, 180 would be a turnaround, go back the other
Well, he
direction.
spun it around twice.
He spun around. So he'd be right back where he started.
Yeah, like a weeble wobble.
All right, 540.
No, 180.
Okay, I don't understand why you're not accepting this.
Not this
Weeble
geometry.
wobble.
Anyway, he's just, people love watching him play golf. And I think something may get done because of this, because they said, we got to see Bryson more than 4 times a year.
He's kind of a clean-cut John Daly type. Kind of appeals to the casual fan, where he just swings and hits it as far as he can.
Yeah, he also, I think his emergence on YouTube and doing way more of that stuff behind the scenes and being super transparent in his process has been endearing to some people.
Yeah, he made sure to say that like 9 times yesterday in all of his interviews, kept harping on his YouTube thing.
I mean, if you're getting millions upon millions of views when you're playing in being honest, like a league that's in the periphery of golf right now and live, that's a great way to get eyes on you. You talked about people only see him 4 times a year, and that's if he plays well. Well, a great way to circumvent that is playing on YouTube.
Don't say circumvent.
I think that was the exact right word.
I don't like the word.
The right word. I like how you're showing some chest today too, by the way.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, there's a little button.
Look at that
Too
hair.
early in the morning.
Look at those tufts.
That button comes off after dark.
Iggy regurgitating what Patrick Harrington said. Don't you say Patrick or Podrick? I think it's Podrick, actually.
Podrick, I guess.
Podrick Harrington said a couple weeks ago, and before you claim you didn't hear Harrington's quote, you played it on this damn show. That's from Dingle My Berries, and he is accusing Iggy of plagiarism.
I don't know what he said.
Okay, there you go. Dingle My Berries, you just heard the
I don't
response.
listen to every clip we play on here, and I remember it. Why I didn't pick it out. What did he say?
Cherry
bomb, smoke bombs with your moms.
636-9004-TMA, Collier and Thompson phone line.
Yeah, I stole what Patrick said, and I tweeted it out. I remember that from 2 weeks ago. Hey, Patrick said that. I'm going to tweet it out. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket science to figure out that a lot of people want to watch him. I mean, I guarantee you the live viewership will be up this week because they play next week.
So then you can see him. Live tournaments are on somewhere?
CW, Rich Gould.
No. So they are out there, I guess.
Oh, yeah. But you'd like to see him play against the best in the world and some of the signature events and things like that.
Your caddy from the first round championship says you bitch about him promoting his YouTube, but it sounds a lot like your cameo bit. That's from the 830 Recreator. He caddied for you against Mr. Licks.
When did I bitch about his YouTube stuff?
830 Recreator, you also need to call in now, 636-9004.
I think I just said he made sure to mention it, like in every interview, talking about his YouTube. Why are you bitching about it? I think his YouTube is great.
Can Iggy please blow his nose? The whistling is brutal. That's from Dan.
38% crestfallen right there.
Dan landed
Head down.
Dan landed the roundhouse right.
I'm just tired. Now they just say it to try and get a rise out of me. Just go ahead. Stop
the
listening.
bastard James Hahn has sent in a screenshot of lung specialist in St. Louis from a Google screenshot, Doug, here.
Oh. A pulmonologist?
Yeah, pulmonary specialist, I guess.
That's what we need? Okay, he's had it. 88% crestfallen. 88%. The mic just took a shot.
It did. Just a little jab. Now somebody's mad about your WNBA tweets?
Oh, no.
Nathan from the east side of Alton waited till the fighter was wobbly to come in. And just like Justin in Columbia, he's struck.
He's already on the road.
What is the old smoke state's fascination with tweeting about the WNBA? This dude tweets several times a week about the WNBA for some reason. That's from Nathan from the east side of Alton. What are your WNBA?
I think I just asked what'll get more viewership, the Indiana-Chicago game or the U.S. Open? And I would be interested to see what the viewership was.
I'll take the U.S. Open.
Yeah,
I don't know. I may take the WNBA.
How much action do we have?
I don't know if we can find it.
Well, we can find it.
I looked this morning and I couldn't find viewership for.
Usually comes in a day after, like a full 36 hours after. Usually, that's when I see it.
I don't know. I watched it.
You watched the basketball?
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark took another forearm shiver to the head.
Yeah, that's just unbelievable. Yeah, from Angel Reese.
Yeah.
Go figure.
It's a physical game. You play out there, when it rains, you get wet. That's what I'll say.
Well, it's a physical game. It's not a physical game when you miss the ball and hit somebody in the head.
And so she got a flagrant one. That's the rules.
But they keep hitting her. They are going. Being a little rough.
She's a competitor. She'll be all right.
Sounds like you're on the side of thuggery.
I'm on the side of let the players play the game.
If they're playing the game is one thing, but flagrant fouls are not really part of the game.
I know. That's what they call them. That's a flagrant one's a nice penalty for it. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Well, that was my tweet. I asked what would be more viewership. Sorry, I tweeted that out.
Yeah.
Nathan, he's apologized for his tweet.
Okay.
Does that work? We'll find out.
Well, what else did you tweet?
Tell
us now before it comes up later.
I was a big fan of the Mia Malkova tweet.
Mia Malkova tweet? Is she back in the game?
What was that?
Mia Malkova.
I don't know. I didn't tweet at her.
You did not?
Uh-oh.
I don't believe so.
Chairman Kurt, I can hear him salivating.
So Mia Malkova said, F it, sending my JOI video to everyone who says hi. And then Iggy responded, hi.
That's a nice tweet.
I forgot about that one. I didn't tweet. I just responded.
Yeah. That's a tweet.
I mean, she's not going to send it out. She just wanted to see how many likes she gets. So I decided to play along.
Yeah.
Because I've interviewed her and I met her, so I just said hi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really want to work with Mia Malkova.
Oh, God.
That, Doug?
So
Get them together.
Who's that, Gabby?
Yeah.
I wonder if they ever work together.
Doug?
I don't know, but to call it work,
I don't think she was in the business long enough to get that done.
So this would be a reply to Mia Malkova.
I just said, she said, say hi. I said hi.
Oh, there she is.
There you go.
Did you get anything from that?
It could lead to something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Was it fruitful?
I haven't looked. I haven't been on Twitter since then, but...
she got 3,300 other people to say hi, too.
Yeah, see, she got likes out of it.
Okay.
So I was just helping her out.
That's why I like
38,000 likes.
I'd like to comb through that response list.
When you're sitting there on your couch all day, you got your phone out. You got to participate in a little social media chit chat.
Yeah, my laptop open.
Oh, is that you got that up and running?
Apple?
Oh yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
My Apple guy did it.
You got an Apple guy?
He reached out to me. He said he's a tech for Apple. I can come work on that for you. So he did.
What did he do to it?
I don't know. Got it working.
And now you're just motoring along just fine.
I can just put it on my coffee table while I'm watching TV, and I don't have to pull my phone up every time when I do something.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that took me all 1 second to say hi, and that's the end of that.
Didn't take yeah. Anything else? Any other tweets we need to know about?
I don't know. Go look.
Harrison's brother Master sent in one of Laney's Spicer.
I didn't respond to her this week. I know that.
I don't know what this is. You see that, Jackson, Chairman?
Who said that? Harrison's brother?
Ugh.
It's okay to tweet. You're allowed to participate in the Twitterverse.
Somebody should have stopped her before she sent that one out.
What'd she send out?
Oh, here, take a gander.
Oh, my. It's like Kathy Griffin.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
She's at Chateau Marmont.
Mm-hmm.
She looks like she's got one of those fake wax lips things in her mouth.
Yeah.
Shot at Clayton.
Who's that orange-haired comedian who got bulked up on...
Carrot Top.
Yeah, she looks like the child of Carrot Top and Kathy Griffin.
Yeah, she actually really just looks like Carrot Top.
Mm-hmm. Carrot Top.
He's going to join us at 8:30.
What was it? He was a prop comic or still?
Yeah. He was kind of somewhat big there for a while. I mean, popular anyway. He was all over the place. And then he changed his image completely, became this muscle man.
So did Joe Piscopo. They both went the same route.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to be funny, you can't be jacked. You got to be kind of a weird looking guy.
Chappelle got jacked.
Yeah, Chappelle's big.
Well,
Kevin Hart's big too.
He's still big in Vegas.
When I say big, I know he's quite short, but he's like built real well. He's built real well. Yeah, Chappelle and him are big.
Usually you want your comedians to be kind of funny looking guys.
Or at least not super handsome or built or
that's what kept me out of the business.
Right, you were too.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right? Really?
Yeah.
Too hot?
A little too much James Bond savoir-faire.
Right. They said for you're a screen actor.
Screen actor. I like that.
They said.
I'd like to tell people about a place that they can go during the hot streak that we have in St. Louis, and that place is Ted Drew's. I was down by Ted Drew's yesterday. What a wonderful spot to stop and take in the festivities during the St. Louis summer as they celebrate their 95th year and 4 generations of family serving St. Louisans that famous frozen custard. Family-owned and operated, Ted Drew's remains a family-owned and operated business founded on the motto, our business is service. They're committed to providing exceptional service and a warm, welcoming atmosphere to customers of all ages. And this year, they have a new specialty flavor. It's the Lewis and Clark Trail Mix. It's Ted's delicious vanilla custard blended with clusters of granola, almonds, pecans, Reese's peanut butter cups, and pretzels. That's the Lewis and Clark Trail Mix. They still have the City Red, and I got that just last weekend, as a matter of fact. That's Ted's delicious vanilla custard blended with maraschino cherries, coconut flakes, and Dad's Scotch oatmeal cookie, served as a concrete or as a sundae. It's Ted Drew's on Chippewa and South Grand, and don't forget the Chippewa location has the gift shop right across the parking lot. You can shop a variety of unique apparel, souvenirs, and more. Gift cards are also available for purchase in the Ted Drew's gift shop at the Chippewa location. 95 years for Ted Drew's. It really is good, guys and gals. Yeah, how about that? Think about that. Can you tell me about Schaefer Door Company? Because it's Monday morning and people might have their garage springs break over the weekend. SchaeferDoor.com, that's where you go. And they got a number specific for our listeners.
Here's that number. 636-782-3608. Yes, 636-782-3608. They've probably taken a few calls already this morning.
Yeah, I bet they have.
They said that's when so much of their business comes in on Monday. People have trouble with the garage doors over the weekend. They don't want to call. They think they're going to be charged extra for the weekend. Schaefer Door has a staff right there on Monday morning ready to go to get you taken care of if you have any kind of problem with your garage door. Not just talking about residential. If you have a business or warehouse with those big, tall, giant doors, Schaefer is experienced in handling those types of jobs as well. So you got to keep their number in your contact list also, 636-782-3608. Schaefer is Schaefer. We like to spell on this show. And when we spell Schaefer, we spell it this way, SCHAEFER. The business has multiple family members working there and have for many, many years. Big enough for any job, small enough to talk with a person. Anytime you call on the phone, there'll be somebody there, a live person there to talk with you and get you taken care of. Service techs are not commission-based there, so they're not going to try to sell you a door or a part that you don't need. They just want to get you taken care of and make sure that you spread the word of just how fabulous they are to deal with. Go to SchaeferDoor.com or call a text. Here's the number again, 636-782-3608. Schaefer Door is a Clopay Master Authorized Dealer.
There it is. Schaefer Door Company, sponsor of the 9 o'clock hour. IHOP, sponsor of the 8 o'clock hour, which will be coming your way shortly. It is TMA. It's presented to you by Brown & Crouppen. We close out the Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton, Toyota. 7 o'clock hour. We've got fun with audio galore coming up here in our 8 o'clock hour. And that includes Snoop Dogg calling some baseball this weekend of an NL Central friend.
Yeah.
And Charles Barkley. We got it all coming your way, Doug.
Okay.
To the IHOP 8 o'clock hour. This is TMA. It's presented to you by Brown & Crouppen.
KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
When we think of a real estate agent, we think of somebody simply selling our home or finding us a new one. I mean, they're all the same, right?
Okay, here's the comps. We'll take some pics. We'll post them, and I'll get back to you. Okay?
A home is life-changing, and your real estate agent should reflect that. Honesty, integrity, and someone who will go above and beyond to make your dreams come true.
The Jeff Lotman Group with Compass Realty. We're different because you're different. We want what you want. Experience the difference today at jefflotman.com, bringing people and properties together.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest. Collier & Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Collier & Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier & Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000-square-foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back. Circa Survivor and Circa Million are now up to a record $16 million in guaranteed prizes. 2 ways to win and no rake. Circa Survivor contestants select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all with $10 million guaranteed. In Circa Million, make 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million guaranteed through quarterly and full season payouts. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. Visit circasports.com for details.
Rosalita's Cantina is known for having the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From carne con cerveza to shrimp diablo, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita. Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 and brunch at the De Pere location on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 3. Check out RosalitasCantina.com or visit the downtown or De Pere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Hi, this is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. I'm about to tell you a little inside information about attorney advertising. Buyer beware. Around town, you'll see all kinds of billboards, commercials, and hear radio ads for personal injury law firms. But these billboard firms aren't what they appear to be. After every attorney ad you see or hear is this phrase: the choice of an attorney is an important decision and shouldn't solely be based upon advertisements. There's a reason for that, because all firms are not created equal. What you probably don't know is that if you hire one of these big billboard law firms, you'll hardly ever talk to your lawyer. You don't know which lawyer you're going to get. Could be a first year or someone who's never even tried a case. Your case might even be shipped over to another firm. That's right, the firm you trusted your case to just flipped it to another firm. The bottom line is many of these huge firms are nothing more than a marketing machine who look at your case as a return on their advertising dollars. Many of the faces and names you see never go to court and never handle a case. At our firm, you get exactly what you thought you were getting. CD or myself on your case, both experienced trial lawyers who are in court every week. Don't trust your case with just anyone. Check us out online at longobigs.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
I'm Tim McKernan here with Action Jackson talking to you about Mark Hanna. TMA listeners have a lot to think through financially.
Whether you're like me and just getting started with your financial planning or you're already retired, call Mark Hanna.
It all starts with a 15-minute phone call to discuss your needs and design the right strategy for you and your future.
Visit evergreenstl.com or give Mark a call at 314-889-0503 today.
Mark Hanna offers securities through Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC, a broker-dealer. Equitable Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Evergreen Wealth Strategies is not a registered investment advisor and is not owned or operated by Equitable Advisors or Equitable Network.
The Midwest Drag Racing Series presents a night of fire and thunder. Saturday, June 29th at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Jet dragsters, funny cars, and ground-pounding pro mod. Plus the Route 66 Twilight Cruise and Car Show. And for the first time ever in St. Louis, a Jet dragster car burn. The biggest cutting torch will completely annihilate a full-size sedan in a shower of flames and sparks like you've never seen. And to top it all off, the first big fireworks show of the summer. Brought to you by Illinois Tourism and Downstate Illinois. Saturday, June 29th. Details and tickets at www.raceway.com.
Get the best at 100 West. 100 West Dental. No insurance? No problem. 100 West Dental has a plan when you don't. For ease and affordability. Feeling nervous? Not anymore. 100 West Dental provides complete comfort during quality care. Over 350 5-star reviews agree. When you want to get your smile into winning shape, get the best at 100 West. 100 West Dental. Consult virtually with Dr. Pryor or book online at 100westdental.com.
Want to take on some legends of TMA?
Sound the same to someone who gives a damn about the best fans in baseball! Tired of it!
The show's so great. Will there be a little speaker system out behind the dumpster so in case you're servicing me, I'll be able to hear my name?
Then nominate yourself to be this month's TMA Listener of the Month. And if you win, you'll get recognition and other stuff. Sometimes all you have to do to win the prize is be a female.
All it takes is one fake girl to just throw this show completely off course.
Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information at tmastl.com. The TMA Listener of the Month Club, quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. Find out more at tmastl.com.
And as moist as a freshly baked Betty Crocker cake?
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After.
KPN-TFM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Why, Doug? Why, Doug? Why, Doug? Welcome back. It's TMA, and it's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. It's the IHOP 8 o'clock hour. It's pan coin season around here. Doug, you got any pan coins on you this morning?
I don't, but I know how you could earn them. You would earn them by going to IHOP.
What?
Whether they've given guests a whole new reason to smile about pancakes with that new Pancake of the Month offering. You know what this month's pancake is? The orange cream pancake. It's pretty good. Last month it was a chocolate raspberry. But this month it's orange cream. Here's how it works. On the first of every month, a new flavor will be available as a full stack, side, or part of a pancake combo. This limited time offering will only be available for that calendar month. Guests have an incentive to try every Pancake of the Month flavor with IHOP's annual loyalty challenge within the International Bank of Pancakes. Here's where your pan coins come in. You order the Pancake of the Month 2 or more times in a month to earn 10 pan coins for that month. 10 of them, and you can use them. You can use all 10 of them. Order the Pancake of the Month at least once each month for the entire year. 100 pan coins, 100 bonus pan
Stack
coins.
them up.
You'll be eating pancakes from here to next week, and you'll be happy that you did, because they are fantastic at IHOP. Maybe you don't want the pancakes. Well, they've got you covered in there, too. They got classic chicken sandwiches. They've got that French toast sticks. They got drinks like the watermelon splasher, which is outstanding, house-made milkshakes. They got that silk oatmeal cookie oat creamer. They just got so much at IHOP. They got so much, whether you collect pan coins or not. This is the place to go. The place to go is IHOP. Try IHOP's new spring menu featuring that tasty classic chicken sandwich and the new cinnamon apple pecan pancakes, only at IHOP.
There it is, IHOP, sponsor of the 8 o'clock hour here on TMA. Do you want to support the EDF Group as a sponsor at TMA? It's real simple. Do you have a fire extinguisher where you work? The answer is yes, you certainly do. So please email the EDF Group at fire@theedfgroup.com so a technician can come out and explain to your team how the EDF Group can save your company money. Again, that email address is fire@theedfgroup.com. The EDF Group is Hyatt and will prevent your facility from having Hyatt fires. Experience the EDF Group difference. Learn more at theedfgroup.com. Call into the show. I don't know if we've taken a call yet, even though the board's been full. Collier and Thompson phone line, 636-9004 TMA. Text in South City Sporting Goods. Text inbox, TMASTLshop.com is where you can see South City Sporting Goods wares for the TMA Golf Polo, Holderness and Bourne.
golf shirts that are available, through tomorrow, Chairman Curtin? Once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, if you don't have it by tomorrow, you're SOL.
Can't get any more?
Nope, can't.
Oh.
Yeah, because they're, unlike the work that Mike Flanagan does, Holderness and Bourne, says we got to buy them, and then you just got to have them sitting around. So we're ordering specific to the ones that are ordered. So if you want it, get it, go to tmastlshop.com. And it's a sharp look, and it's a great shirt. Once you wear a Holderness and Bourne shirt, they're not even an advertiser. I'm just telling you what I'm saying. Feeling. And these shirts are just in another world.
Great shirts.
Thank you. tmastlshop.com. South City Sporting Goods, sponsor of the text inbox, and then Design Air, sponsor of our email the day, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. You can win a 4-pack of pit passes to a night of fire and thunder featuring the Route 66 Twilight Cruise and Car Show Saturday, June 29th at Worldwide Technology Raceway. It's an incredible night of racing, thrills, fun for the entire family, including food, beer, merchandise vendors, DJs, plus 3 live bands. Enter to win your free tickets now at tmastl.com and on your TMA mobile app. All right, Doug, here you go. Right. You wanted it. The Cardinals are trailing the Brewers by 6.5 games here as we have passed Flag Day, and so the season has officially started. Snoop Dogg was in the booth with the Brewers.
Okay.
There's a bouncing ball to second. Look at Terang. Pick it.
Easy to 1-2-1-2. That'll do what it do. Oh, he taking off. He gone. He gone. Let him get there. Let him get there. Where'd he go, Perk? Where'd he go, Perk? Earn mine. You got to earn mine, Perk. You got to earn mine. You getting mine back. You getting my respect. There you go, Perk.
Making up for that play.
Oh, good hit. That's a good hit. That's a good hit. He can't get there. He can't get there. Oh!
Foul ball.
I call it. Mom, look, I made it. How often do people slide down that slide over there? Right? He can't get there. He better not outrun you. He better not outrun you. He better not. You better not let the pitcher outrun you, dog. Come on now. That's what I'm talking about. 2 for 2. Oh, he gone. He took that. Get up in there. He took that. Give him that. Give him that. Way to go eat. Go eat. 22 eating right now.
Oh, you dropped.
How often do they slide down that slide? That was his question.
That's a fair question.
Is he in the booth with Euchre?
No,
Didn't sound like
that was a
been
TV
a great
broadcast.
fit.
No. Snoop Dogg should be on the call for more stuff. He says that every time.
Is he a Milwaukee fan?
He was in town for a show.
Yeah, he's a sports fan. Is what he is, man.
He's doing some stuff with the Olympics, correct?
Yeah, he's done that before. Him and I think Kevin Hart did some stuff with
him and Tirico.
Tirico, Doug.
Oh, God. Yes, Tirico will be there. It's an NBC event, and Tirico is the main guy at NBC.
Some of the funniest videos I've seen is Snoop narrating
the equestrian stuff, right?
That, and then some nature fight, like animals in nature.
That stuff's amazing. But when he did the equestrian stuff for the last Olympics, so funny. So funny. Yeah, Snoop Dogg is one of a kind.
He's not a spring chicken anymore either, is he?
No, he's in his mid-50s, I want to say.
I think that's probably the right play.
I mean, he rose to prominence in the late 80s.
He's been around a long time.
I don't remember the Olympics doing this before, but this week, every Olympic trial is on TV.
Yeah.
Have they done that before where they're all in the same week?
I think they did it last time around.
I mean, Sunday was swimming, and then you got track and field, you got gymnastics, you got everything this week.
By the way, did you see how they put that pool into Lucas Oil Stadium?
That was so cool.
No.
It's unbelievable.
Maybe Henshin can call in. I'm sure he was covering it.
Oh, gosh.
Out of nowhere, Henshin took a hit.
Well, comfort the Olympics has been, you'd say he covers high school sports. Is that that's not a tick up?
But I'm sure he wasn't there.
You're not sure. You're guessing.
I would guess, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't there.
But you saw how they put that pool in?
It was pretty cool, actually.
How'd they get it in? Crane?
You should watch the time-lapse video of how they do it. It's better. It's tough to verbalize it, but it's pretty.
I mean, they had like 20,000 people there. It's pretty cool. Before they start, they introduce the people. They got like a 20-foot screen that's got the person on there, and all the lights are off, and they're flashing. And it's pretty cool, actually.
They used to do that in Omaha. I was there one year when they had the swim trials in Omaha.
Was it
cool?
For
years they did it there.
Was it cool?
Yeah, it was very cool.
How about this? Hey guys, I'm a 23-year-old female. I'm bi-curious and I'm a grad student at WashU.
Yeah, right.
And I'm trying to call in, but no one is answering the damn phone.
Gosh.
That's just false.
I was a curious young lady.
Okay.
Here, I'll give you all something to bitch about here. I'm going to put my thing.
Why would you do that? Right by the mic.
And I'll throw the cup in there.
Why would you do that?
Just give them something to bitch about.
Okay. Well, chomping on ice is not a good idea during a radio program.
I didn't watch the swimming. I don't know any of those people anymore.
Brian Henson has issued a statement.
Yeah, you weren't there.
I was not covering it, but it is awesome. They also have an Eiffel Tower replica downtown. It's a whole thing. Doug, let's have sex. It's from Brian Henson of the Indianapolis Star.
No, that last line was not appropriate.
Big event in there. You're in your city. You work for the Star, and you weren't there.
What are you saying?
He's not that big of a deal with the Indianapolis Star.
Nick in Pittsburgh. What's up, Nick?
Oh, hey, Mike. First-time caller.
Yeah.
First-time caller.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to. I'm a Yankees fan. I'm a diehard Yankees fan. I just, tonight was a rough night.
You know what? I'm done.
No, come on.
I can't even listen to you get the words out. So
cut him some slack. He was nervous.
Well, either can you most of the time.
That's one of my favorites. To eviscerate this poor guy.
He was probably nervous, and he just kicked him off.
Nick in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh people.
Mm-hmm. That hurt. Guy finally built up the courage to call. Didn't get out his question or comment.
Doug, along the lines of talking Brewers baseball with Snoop Dogg in the booth, the Cardinals now have a week in which they will take on the Giants later on this week at, what is the name of the field? Rickwood?
Rickwood Field.
Rick Field. And they are 35-35, 70 games into the season as they head to, do you call it Miami?
Well, the old-timers do.
I like that.
And it is definitely Miami, Oklahoma.
That's right. Not
spelled
Miami,
the same
Oklahoma,
way.
but spelled the same. And take on the Marlins, a club that is trending despite losing 5 in a row on a minus 116 run differential. But then they take on the Giants, who are right there with the Cardinals. And I guess everybody's in the wild card race, minus the Rockies and Marlins in the National League. But with that all established, John Mozeliak did an interview with Katie Woo, Doug.
Woo, woo, woo. Kenny Woo. You did say Kenny.
Katie.
Katie, okay.
And he was asked about the trade deadline. He says the trading deadline is still 6 weeks away. Directionally, what we do or try to do between now and then, we're still open to ideas and thinking through some things, but the reality is we have to get our team back on the field. So Wilson Contreras will be back at some point in the near future. Lars Nootbaar, he mentions, and then figuring out what they will have with the bullpen, with Robertson, O'Brien, Gallegos. We'll see what that looks like in the next couple of weeks. Where's Matt's going to be 2-3 weeks from now. So all of those factors, he says, will determine what direction they go at the trade deadline.
Makes sense.
Well, it seems clear you need another bat.
Badly. Outfield, preferably.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jordan Walker is, at the time of the article, which was 2 days ago, hitting .267 with a .718 OPS over 36 games for Memphis. He went 0 for 5 yesterday in their loss to Norfolk. Or did they win or lose against Norfolk? I know you watched.
I didn't watch it.
Well, somebody
Norfolk
won 6-1. Miami, Norfolk. Walker, .267, .718 OPS over 36 games for Memphis. Mozeliak was asked about Walker. He said it's two things. One is that there are some fundamental things that we're trying to work on. But some of these things are really hard to do in season because when a player steps in the batter's box, he tends to go back to where he's comfortable. It's hard to make a physical change. That's really what you try to optimize your offseason for. It's been well documented. We're trying to get him to a little bit more lift, less balls on the ground. That's your launch angle. He's still hitting the ball really hard, mostly on the ground. The other part of it is just being very simple about it. It's performance. Even though there are things he's trying to work on, it's tough when you're competing in a game, but the fact is you'd like to see him string some hits together. You'd like to see some extra base hits. If you could see where his on-base percentage and slugging percentage rise, that would be encouraging. His attitude's been great. He knows he has to earn his way back. Katie writes, there is a scenario where Walker returns to the team as well, but his timetable remains in flux. Mozeliak prefers to focus on the returns of his injured players as he evaluates what he could do at the deadline. With a month and a half to go, his plans can change, but he did acknowledge that his deadline decisions will be made in tandem with the team's health. So there you go. Jordan Walker continues to have his issues after now 30 plus, 35 plus games in Memphis.
Well, that's a huge disappointment for them, I know. 'Cause last year, he was one of the leading hitters on the team, average-wise.
Had an unbelievable spring last year.
Yeah, even hit some home runs.
Yeah.
It's got to be in his head at this point, because he's got the physical ability because he's done it.
Right.
Guys, props to Mo for preheating that quote. Getting them back is like making a trade line. That's from Billy Haywood. Is he preheating that like the oven
Feels
is
like
on?
it. Yeah, nothing
But
in the
overall, I
oven.
feel pretty good about where the club is. Obviously,
Well,
Brian Henshin has issued a response. Mopey's back at it again. First the pot shot, then the moping. Yawn. Go back to your golf game and pornography. Sad sack.
Oh.
Doug, that comes from Indianapolis.
What am I moping about?
I don't know.
Brian Henshin, call in.
I wasn't there.
Jordan Walker's performance have you down?
I haven't been paying attention.
To what we were saying or to his performance?
No, I heard what you said.
Okay.
I didn't know what he was hitting before Tim brought it up. I'm not paying attention to what's going on down in Memphis.
No, not either.
I mean, you got Newt Barr, I don't know when Edmund's supposed to be back, probably never.
Well, he's supposed to be back on opening day. It's now Flag Day, and he's not here.
Well, he won't be back.
Well, at some point, you think he's
They
going
need to worry about a fifth starter if you're only going to let Palante go out there and 50 pitches and give up one run, he's out of the game. I mean,
Even when Edmund does come back, he's not the kind of bat that's going to carry a lineup.
Yeah, no.
no, but he's center field that he can get on base and steal a base. And
Well, he's a good player, but he's not really a difference-making type of hitter. You need a bat. Yeah. You need a big bat in the outfield somewhere.
Well, they're not going to get that. You know that.
Well, I don't know. You may.
Helsley, still on board with moving him at the deadline, no matter what the position they're in?
Not now.
Again, cop-out answer, but it depends on what you could get for him.
Right.
I wouldn't give him away.
I think that's a fair answer. I think that's always going to be the case.
Yeah.
But when you got the guy who's leading the league in saves.
If you got a guy you think could make a difference in your lineup, and you could get him for Helsley, yes, I would do that easily.
So if you could get a big bat in the outfield for Helsley.
Yeah.
All right, I'm with that.
What you have to look at is a team that's going to want him is a team that's thinks they got a shot at making the World Series. Who's going to give up a big bat from their outfield?
Well, if someone maybe lost a closer or something. People get hurt all the time.
Yeah.
Cardinals plus 550 to win the Central right now. Cubs are also plus 550. Brewers minus 200. Reds plus 800. Pirates plus 2,000. That's getting into the point of being...
Intriguing.
Yeah, again, I don't expect them to, but plus 2,000 is
Cubs
quite the number. Cardinals are plus 6,000 to win the World Series, for the record. The favorite is the Dodgers at plus 275, although I would have thought that number may move with the injuries to Yamamoto and Betts. Yankees plus 475, Phillies plus 475, Braves plus 750, Orioles plus 850, Doug. They're your top five to win the World Series.
It's almost worth it to put the Cardinals in the World Series. If they get lucky and get that sixth spot, they got a good shot.
Ship it! Ship it! Helsley seems like he's on the verge of an implosion. Cardinals should probably trade him now. That's from the Reluctant Cuck.
It's never easy. I should say it's rarely a stress-free closing with Helsley, but he gets the job done. He got squeezed on Sunday.
It was earlier in the year. He would come in and dominate.
Yes.
And now it's not happening. Yesterday it took a big catch at the wall.
Yeah. Like I said, he got squeezed on the pitch right before.
Yeah.
That was a clear strike. But regardless, he's still effective as all hell. He just needs to fire the gas, baby. Bring the gas. Bring the heat. Bring the heat, Ryan. Yeah. You throw 100 miles an hour, throw it.
How about this? Iggy, here's a message of support. I don't get the deal with people complaining about nose whistles. Yes, it used to be a thing. Now I rarely hear it. Pretty sure people texting about it are greasy fats wheezing over McDonald's breakfast breath in their mom's basements.
It could be.
Keep up the good work, boys. Ignore the losers. That's from the Crestwood Coyote.
Maybe that's what they hear. They hear themselves.
Anytime you use the adjective greasy, you're going to get a laugh out of me. I find that to be quite funny.
I mean, they could be typing and doing it themselves. Forking down a double cheeseburger for breakfast and he's breathing again. There it is again. There it is again. It's you.
Do they even have double cheeseburgers for breakfast? Do they? Can you
sure
get a burger in the morning?
I'm sure you can find it.
Lay a base.
Pulp Fiction, they're eating burgers in the
You
morning.
can get cheeseburgers anytime.
I don't know. Can you?
I'm not sure you can get the breakfast anytime, but you can get the cheeseburgers anytime.
Doug, how would you like to start your day with a nice double cheeseburger?
Oh.
Fully loaded.
Fully loaded. I like
love
that.
cheeseburgers. I don't think I've had one in 5 years.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You haven't had just like a burger with cheese in 5 years?
I'm not sure.
I'm not saying
I
like
have.
a fast food one, but it's like grilling or
Fast food, no, for sure.
Really?
But like at a
Really?
barbecue, topless.
Yeah.
Do you count Carl's
maybe.
as fast food? I mean, I would assume
I would say
you do.
no. I haven't been to Carl's.
Good food quickly.
Nice, I like that.
By the way, Wellington owes me Carl's.
Oh.
You're a victim again.
No,
What is it now?
we made a bet.
Text Michael, although he's listening probably.
When I told
Good morning.
Hello, Mo.
When I said on the show Thursday, I said there's only like 13 people who got a shot at winning this tournament. And he disagreed with me. So Friday, I wrote down the 13 people that had a chance to win, and he took the field for lunch at Carl's, and obviously DeChambeau is one of my 13 people. So
there you go, Michael. Pay up.
Viva la Strode!
So he owes me Carl's.
Okay.
Michael, pay up.
And McDonald's almost forces you to eat fat.
Well, you don't have to go there.
I had not had McDonald's in 2 years. And it was one day last week. I don't know. I didn't feel like cooking. I said, shit, I don't want to cook.
Easy.
I almost said, I said, I don't really feel like cooking tonight. I said, I haven't had McDonald's in a while. It's 2 minutes from my house. Now I'm going to go to McDonald's. A double cheeseburger is like $2.99. A triple cheeseburger is $1.99. I said, what?
Triple's cheaper than the
There's
double?
something wrong here. So I got a triple. It's cheaper.
Wow.
God, it wasn't that good.
No, it usually tastes pretty good when you eat it, and then about 10 minutes later, you think, what have I done?
Yeah.
It didn't even taste
What
good.
have I done?
Yeah.
It was 3 hockey pucks that were hard as rock.
I ate a Whopper at the Southwest Terminal at 8 a.m. once. That was the real deal right there, boys. That's from Brian Schwabe, realtor.
Yeah. Sometimes you're desperate and you don't care. You're at an airport and you're absolutely desperate. Yeah, all bets are off.
What would the purpose of that be at McDonald's? Double cheeseburger costs more than a triple cheeseburger.
Was it a special they had going on?
It could have been. I don't know. I just said, give me a double wait a minute.
Now go eat that.
Give me a triple. They're cheaper. Give me a triple.
Because if you wanted to, you could take off one of the patties, have your double, and save $1.
Yeah, I probably should have done that.
The Crestwood Coyote can lick a taint.
Oh!
The whistles are still there. But I'm a normal human being and don't need to text in about it. Douches. That's from Jackson's lone wispy pube.
Well, you just did, so
So
it makes
much
no
weird
sense.
shaming going on. People shamed for hearing it. People
No,
shamed
they're
for
not
hearing
happy.
it.
There's a 500 ball club, the UFL championship.
Didn't work out.
Dogs are hemorrhaging.
Everything else in
Doggies
life,
have lost or have a 6-game winless streak.
it seems like everything else in life is fixed. Why couldn't they have fixed the UFL championship? Wouldn't that have been the perfect time to rig that game? We just needed a call or two.
Tim made a good point. You know, they do so much where they show
transparency,
every
yes.
OC and DC called every time they go to a replay with who was it,
They
Blandino
didn't
or
have the
Pereira.
opportunity.
Yeah, they can't. They'd have to like pre-shoot those things to be able to even to rig it.
Tim, help me get this straight. The Iggy Pop, who always reneges on his bets and claims foul play if he loses, now demanding gets compensated for a shishwally bet he made on live programming as a side comment. No effing way, Stroder! What's from Pout Pouts Lanai?
When have I reneged on any of my bets?
Pout Pouts Lanai, call in, Collier and Thompson phone line, 636-9004-TMA. It's the IHOP 8 o'clock hour. Check out IHOP right now, Doug, because they have the spring menu featuring tasty classic chicken sandwiches and new cinnamon apple pecan pancakes at IHOP. You can also email in Pout Pouts Lanai the morning after at InsideSTL.com for our design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day, which will come your way in about, I'd say about an hour. And then Jackson and I'll go down the hallway. And Jackson, after one day, let the people know what we have coming up.
Today we have the Little Piddles Weekend in Review.
That's just like the weekend wrap-up, isn't it? With a fancy title.
No, it's different. It's Weekend in Review.
Yeah,
it's different.
We're going to be taking stock of what happened over the weekend.
Don't say taking stock.
And then reviewing it. You know, like putting it in perspective, historical context.
Because there are some people that won't understand the fact the Cardinals won their game.
Well, they won the series, first of all, and I don't like you shortchanging our local 9.
Okay.
And then, the world of sport had a lot of comings and goings and goings and comings.
Oh, gosh.
And I think it's hard for people to kind of prioritize that, so we'll streamline it for you with our weekend review.
There's a lot of people that simply don't understand what happened over the weekend.
Well, they can't take it all in. You know? The consumer can only consume so much.
I see.
And so what we'll do is we'll streamline it for you.
And prioritize it.
Indeed.
Okay.
Not going to get involved in a text war with Mr. Lone Pube. Some people, some things. Also, I'm very confident that I'm taller and I'm better looking than 95% of the other texters. My brother being an exception, of course. Doug, that's from the Crestwood Coyote. I don't know what's going on, but it does seem like he's attracted to his brother.
His brother's Eric in the CWE, right?
Yes, and he is not happy with Snoop Dogg and the audio. Snoop is a woke loser. Pass on that garbage.
Right. I can confirm that Eric in Central West End is tall and a handsome cat. So,
So you like him too?
Well, there's some validity in what the Crestwood Coyote was saying in terms of just his brother's attractiveness.
There are a couple of the taller listeners. Who's our tallest listener?
Ooh.
Really good question right there.
Andy Hanselman's pretty tall.
Yeah, he's a tall cat. Manchild79's a tall guy. I don't know who would be our tallest listener. You think like...
Licks maybe up there.
I think Sean Bradley ever podcasted?
No.
I think he does, yeah.
No. Manute Bowles no longer with us.
He's not with us. When did he die? Do you think he was like a morning grind guy?
Probably.
Guys, today on Renter's Roundtable, maximizing your dollar at fast food joints where the burger is one chemical reaction away from plastic and would survive a nuclear attack. Just what this audience needs, reason to pump some more back fat in there. That's from Carlos Spicy Wiener.
Does back fat develop differently than like gut fat?
I don't know.
You ever seen a guy with back fat?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And neck fat. Back of the neck fat.
Oh, yeah. Like where you could like swipe a credit card in there.
It's probably you filled up the gut fat, and now the fat's got to go somewhere. It goes to your back and your neck.
It's mostly like love handles, though, right?
Yeah.
You're not getting like people aren't getting like fat middles of their back, right?
This makes me look forward to the orgy.
I know.
There's some who have it everywhere.
Yeah, it's going to be crease season.
I never felt as bad having an Egg McMuffin at McDonald's. Somehow I've talked myself into the fact that that's okay.
It's probably just all butter.
You think?
Oh, yeah, those McMuffins. You got to get some flavor in there somewhere.
It's mostly egg.
Egg and salt and butter.
Yeah.
It's good, though.
Doug, there was a, do you say row or row?
As in a fight?
Yeah.
I say row.
Okay. Bryson DeChambeau's agent, Brett Falkoff.
What's the last name?
Falkoff.
You can spell that for me, please?
Falkoff.
Boy, somebody's doing that on live TV. I guarantee they messed up at least once or twice.
Was reportedly involved in a furious argument with Golf Channel's Damon Hack over how the golfer is covered. The heated exchange is said to have occurred shortly after DeChambeau completed his third round at the U.S. Open. DeChambeau teed up a glorious chance. You like that? Teed up a glorious, I don't want a glorious scoring opportunity.
Yeah, I don't care for that.
To claim his second major at Pinehurst, number 2. The argument is understood to have happened right behind the 18th green as DeChambeau hung around to sign a few autographs, take pictures with fans, and talk to accredited media, according to No Laying Up's Kevin Van Valkenburg. He told the podcast Bryson's agent got into a big shouting match right behind 18 green as Bryson was wrapping up. In the gist of which we could all overhear, all the media were sort of gathered there. This was not like a private conversation. This was the two of them being very heated and continued into the parking lot, saying, you guys have talked a lot of ass about Bryson, and you think now you can get whatever you want? I want to give him the option to decline the opportunity. Yahoo Sports reporter Jay Busby claimed the report was true, writing on Twitter, I can confirm. Nice.
Okay, he didn't write a lot. He just said, oh, yeah.
Well, he had to get his name in there to let people know he was there, too.
Van Valkenburg also told the podcast DeChambeau was not involved in the exchange. The row was more than likely over how the American channel covers Live Golf League players. DeChambeau joined the Saudi-backed breakaway tour in June 2022. And then it just kind of goes into...
So he was arguing with media people.
Yes.
On their coverage of Bryson.
Damon Hack, who...
Uh-oh.
Same.
Who's going to get it now?
That's the same questions every golfer. Nice round today. What was working for you out there? Jesus, you had 4.5 hours, 5 hours to come up with a question. What was working for you today?
Okay.
Mike, would you say an outstanding job from Luke today?
Outstanding job from Luke.
Kind of like that. I thought Damon Hack interviewed after in the third round.
Well,
really?
Yeah, I thought so. Because I remember saying, what a stupid question.
Oh, God.
It seems like you kind of want to get in on some of this NBC broadcasting. And I think that's some of the pointed shots might be in that.
No, look,
You think he'd be better than some of these people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. How about Dot Pepper?
No, she is the best there is.
Oh.
Dottie Pepper truly is the best on-course reporter that I can remember. Her and Roger Maltby.
Okay.
What about McCord?
He was never on the course. He was in a tower.
What about Johnny
He was on
Miller?
the course in Tin Cup.
Going by movies, but
So who would you be better than?
Damon Hack, Kira Scott, who basically made a fool of herself by outing. Well, Brad Faxon did it. I mean, Brad Faxon talked about.
If you call golf this weekend, you are getting destroyed.
Well, Are you Phil Elfrink? I mean, Brad Faxon on the broadcast actually outed something that Rory did on a plane.
I did hear that.
Where he found something. He goes, yeah, and on a plane, he stood up and he told his manager, I got it. I found something. And he was just on the plane making swings. And, well, Kira Scott brought that up to Rory, and he goes, yeah, thanks for outing that, Faxon. I don't talk about what I did on a plane. Sure, I do some stuff, but I'm not going to talk about it. So basically.
Well, that seemed pretty harmless, though, wasn't it?
I saw someone on Twitter said that Rory's going to send Brad Faxon to the gulag.
Yeah, what a spot that Faxon's been the one working with Rory on his putting, and then Faxon's in the tower after that debacle, sitting next to Mike Tirico.
Oh, God, we don't need him in there.
Yeah, didn't ask him about his putting.
Well, it's pretty benign to say he thought of something while he was on an airline
that's
flight.
his time on an airplane, and Faxon wasn't even there. He's probably somebody said something.
So you want
that's-
Faxon out?
No, it's just you don't talk about that stuff. He's on a private plane, and then Tirico said, we don't get much room in 23A. Yeah, I don't think he's on a charter. I don't think he's on a charter flight. He's on a private jet, Mike.
Michael Wellington has issued a statement, Doug. He was our point man on Friday while
Yes, he
Jackson and I
was.
were out competing.
And did a good job.
There you go. Says, I'll pay the Carls bet, but Dottie Pepper is absolutely atrocious. That's from Michael Wellington.
God,
Let's go down to you, Dottie.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Doug, we got a Dottie Pepper argument.
What's wrong with her? She's very nice.
Michael, call in Collier and Thompson phone line 636-9004.
She doesn't cause waves. She doesn't try to be funny like Faraday did.
Okay.
Stacey McMillan.
Yeah. Huh. I never get too worked up about who's calling the golf. Because they don't say a lot of times. Just
A lot of
the
whispering.
golfer. Yeah. There's not a whole lot of room for controversy. Usually if they hit a bad shot, they kind of say, oh, well, you know.
Doug, have you ever
not
heard
what he had in
Maureen
mind.
Medill?
No.
Jackson, can you call up, see if you can find some Maureen Medill? It'll be worth it. I think Doug will be delighted when he hears it.
Perhaps.
Hey, it's Mentality, a local healthcare facility specifically dedicated to helping men feel and perform at their very best. They are online at lowtusa.com. Now, even if you've tried testosterone before, not everyone understands the blood chemistry in men's bodies. Mentality can help. The normal range for testosterone is large. If you've been to a doctor and they told you that you were normal without understanding the range or testing your free testosterone, it was not fully looked at. Come get checked with us at Mentality. Testosterone therapy helps men regain normal function and restores the ability to perform normally at all levels. It's Mentality online at lowtusa.com. And while you're there, you should probably, yep, it does say it. Think about it. Also, think about Longo Biggs online at LONGOBIGGES.com. LongoBiggs.com. LONGOBIGGES.com. If you are injured in a car accident, you need an attorney, you need the best one you can find. If any of my family or friends are ever injured in an accident, I want them to call Doug Biggs and C.D. Longo at Longo Biggs Injury Law. For nearly 10 years, Doug Biggs and C.D. Longo have been recognized as the top 40 under 40 personal injury lawyers by Super Lawyers, the National Academy of Personal Injury Attorneys, and the National Trial Lawyers Association. They're local, they're friendly, they're professional, and most importantly, they're excellent personal injury lawyers, and that's who's going to handle your case. They're not farming it out. They are going to be the ones that handle your case. You'll get to know them. They're going to handle the case. They're online at longobiggs.com, LONGOBIGGS.com. They're listeners of the show. It's Longo Biggs, longobiggs.com, LONGOBIGGS.com. Remember, the choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements. Do you have any Maureen Medill?
I have her talking about a firm grip.
Oh, okay, let's hear it.
I have no idea what this is.
See if he
Hit the lever, please.
I'd like to share with you today a tip on how tightly or otherwise to hold the golf club, because that's something that is so easy to get wrong. And it's very, very important to have the correct balance between the tightness of your grip and the tightness of your arms. So I'm going to bring a pal of mine, Carol, in to help me demonstrate this.
Enter stage
So,
left.
Carol, you take your normal address position and hold. Okay? Now, pick the club up and point it at me. Now, I'm going to try and take this club out of Carol's hands, and she is not to allow me.
It's the worst
Very
drill I've
good.
ever seen in my
Tight
life.
hands, tight arms. Relax your arms. Better, more. That's better. So when we get that kind of movement there, she's coming with me. Her arms are soft, but her grip is secure enough that I can't take the club out of her hands. Thank you.
She an
So
announcer?
that's the
She
right
is. I was looking for. I
balance
think
of tension
she's
between the
got some well-known. She's, I believe, the Sirius XM on-course reporter, and so I'm in my car and I'm listening to Major Championships. She's on the course, and everything is like a poem when they go down to her. And some people really enjoy it, and some people hate it because she's got that Irish accent.
She's reciting poetry?
Not much for her calling, just a lot of her lessons.
I dig an Irish.
That drill was someone holding a golf club and her just pulling on the golf club while the person was gripping it, and then she shooed her off. That was a weird setup. It was kind of like the Bonita show where they probably should have had some editing done.
Right. Start over.
Are you guys all hosting the Player Haters Ball this morning, or is this just a normal Monday for Grandpa Gremlin? Tirico has to be blindsided by the guy whose career highlight is writing articles for the Suburban Journal and or tanking Fontbonne University. That's from glove blogger Tom Traven. Doug, are we hosting a Player Haters Ball?
It feels like it. And I didn't see it coming.
The Monday after an NBC golf coverage is usually someone's taking the shot.
Usually Tirico,
wear a
first
hard
in
hat
line.
If you're rocking Peacock.
I would like for, I don't know if you can, I know baseball you can. I don't know if I've never seen golf say that this broadcast cannot be replicated, or so we could do play-by-play from our living room. I like to do that.
You could do that easily. Turn the sound down and just call it for yourself.
And then we do the play-by-play. Let's go out to the course. Jackson, what do you see out there?
Yes.
And then me and Tim and you can be in the booth. Wellington can be on the course. We just do our own little broadcast.
All right. I'll text Wellington back and see
And
if
we can cuss, too.
And you would broadcast like with cameras and everything? And you think NBC would just be cool with that?
Kind of like Barstool fakes their stuff.
Oh, Barstool just took a hit now. Tirico and Barstool.
Hey, that'd be a good thing to yell at. Let's go ahead and bring that back. Bring it back 2 minutes, and let's act like we're watching it live, and then we'll all scream.
But they are on live stream.
Well, but they only post after probably 4 hours. They post the one where they're screaming at the TV after they just lost a bet or won a bet.
They're live for the entire game.
All right, so at some point they're going to have a game that a point where they lose something or win something so they can scream. So it takes them 4 hours to do it, but
You're against that also, I guess.
it's just getting old. I mean, they finally stopped with the Frank stuff.
Frank, was that the Mets fan?
Yeah, where he just biting his towel and throwing stuff and screaming. I mean, they kind of got rid of that. That was run its course.
Yeah, well, worked for a while. Then they had the good sense to see that, well, it's not working anymore. Let's move on to something else. Right?
Good for them.
Okay. Gosh, you're just bitter.
Frank, how are you today?
Well, he's fine. He's fine.
I'm just critiquing. That's all I do.
Okay.
Doug, we got an event, and it's coming up.
When?
The 27th. 10 days. Attention business. Oh, this is for St. Louis. This isn't for our show. Attention business owners, CEOs, and CFOs. You don't want to miss this. NetSuite by Oracle is hosting a day-long event on Thursday, June 27th at the Union Station Hotel downtown. They're calling it Business Grows Here, and it's set up to help you grow your business. Spend the day learning from more than half a dozen speakers on stage, sharing their wisdom and their insights, including Jamie Siminoff,
the founder of Ring Video Doorbell. Every speaker you'll hear will leave you with actionable strategies and tips that you can immediately apply to your business. Take all the notes you want and meet the people that can change the way you look at growing your business today. Apply to attend the business event of the year. NetSuite's Business Grows Here happens Thursday, June 27th. It'll be a day well spent. It's free to attend if you qualify. Apply today to find out if you do, while seats are still available. Go online to netsuite.com/Missouri. That's netsuite.com/Missouri. Jackson, tell people about Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies.
Ooh.
Do it, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do it, yeah. I love working with Mark Hanna. I love talking with Mark Hanna. I think that's the key right there. You probably don't hear that often where you're like, I really like talking to my financial advisor. Like, really? I mean, I guess if you're real wealthy, I'm sure it's a fun conversation. But that's not the case with Mark Hanna because it's about life. It's about that balance between happiness and doing what you want in your life and kind of balancing that with money because those two things go hand in hand. Mark Hanna understands balancing that spectrum. Mark Hanna is so good when it comes to that because he's so good at conveying his message to his client. What opens up with a 15, 20-minute phone call can be a lifetime of conversations about not only saving money, but how to balance that happiness in your life and the money you're making and the money you're saving, more importantly. So if you don't have anybody, that's a bad plan. A good plan is getting in touch with the great Mark Hanna, who a number of us on the show have worked with, and so many of our listeners, they all say the same thing. Love working with Mark Hanna.
Yep.
Call Mark Hanna today.
314-889-0503. That's the number. 314-889-0503. Or go online at evergreenstl.com. Send your emails in for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today. Comes your way in about 48 minutes. I think about 48 minutes, probably. The morning after at InsideSTL.com. That's the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today. Jackson and I go down the hallway. We'll be fine. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's Balloon Party, and that's from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. How much do I hate myself? I'm still listening to this. That's how much. That's from Chairman Steve in Wildwood on Milagro Tequila,
Hang in
listener
there, Steve.
of the month.
Nobody's forcing you to.
Chairman, call in 636-900-4TMA, Collier and Thompson phone lines.
I really thought the story of the golf tournament would be the golf itself rather than the NBC problems that they really didn't have that I saw.
Well, I'm like a media guy. I critique the media. I'm kind of like that.
Rudy Martzke.
That's right.
Kind of like Rudy Martzke.
Yeah, Eric Mink from years ago.
And who's the guy in New York that does it?
I don't know,
Andrew
but you're like him.
Marchand.
Yeah.
I'm like Marchand, but on radio, not print.
It's literally called live stream. The video streams the entire time the game is live. You rotten-brained moron. That's from little Tommy Tribbins, who is getting angry now.
Well, they do it for one reason, because they'll find a point in their live stream where they can bitch about something or scream because somebody scored a goal or they won a bet, and then that's all they post. They take that out and they put that on their Instagram. So
Well, they're going to post the best part.
Yeah, but...
Don't the Mannings do that with Monday Night Football?
Who's watching 4 hours of a stream during a football game?
I don't know.
Must be working.
This is their critiquer coming out on you again.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they're not successful. I mean, Barstool's very successful. It's boring.
Well, nobody's forcing you to watch it.
I don't watch it.
Well, then how do you know what they're doing?
I see the Instagram. That's why I didn't know it was a 4-hour stream. I just saw the little clip they put up.
Well, on Instagram, you're just going to want to see the highlights. You're not going to want to see the whole 4 hours. Just a snippet here and there.
I've live streamed myself watching the game.
Have you?
Missouri
really?
Tigers,
Fight Tiger.
tournament game.
Yeah.
Fight.
Did you upload any
Tigers.
of
No, just kind of sat there and
Princeton.
tried my best not to make myself look like an ass.
You and Bob Fesco.
Yep.
Fesco takes a shot now.
I didn't take a shot. He live streamed himself. I don't think he live streamed. I think he's the guy that recorded it and put it back and then screamed at the TV when that happened. I don't think he did it live.
There are 100 times as many people watching their shows who watch your stupid cooking shows live, Brian Hench in Indianapolis.
No, probably more than 100. 100 times, probably more than that. But you think I'm comparing what they do to what I do?
It was a heck of a cooking show.
It doesn't mean I can't critique what they do.
Yeah.
You can critique what I do all the time, don't you?
Yeah.
Dogtown Ty won the Jennings Randolph Jr. Fan Page Club Championship in 2023. I think he's live to win it in 2024. I mean, he's a special
Curtis
player.
Hall. Curtis Hall tomorrow they're playing.
Doug, you going to go or you want to?
Nope, I'll miss it.
You want to live stream?
No, I don't want to live stream. I don't want anything to do with it.
Curtis asked me to caddy. I don't have to think about it because it's going to be like 95 degrees and they're teeing off at 3 o'clock.
Oh, well, you'll just be sitting in the cart, though. Having a beverage.
No, I walk up to the fairway with the golfer and talk club selection, read greens.
Yeah.
Either way, Dogtown Ty says, put down the social media for just one day. You sound miserable in a life you have complete control of. That's from Dogtown Ty.
Why? I'm not miserable. I critique something. It doesn't bother me. I don't lose any sleep over it. I mean, it's a radio show. You talk.
Yeah, the bottom line is you were unhappy with the broadcast on Sunday of the golf.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
So what? I'm going to put down social media?
Dogtown Ty does raise an interesting point about life and control and how much we have or how much we think we have.
Mm-hmm.
I find this is fascinating.
Well, I think we all
That's
know
existential.
It's extremely existential, and I think the more control you think you have, the less you truly have.
Well, what don't you have control over?
That's kind of the question. What do you have control over? Yourself.
Yeah.
That's the
Who cares? Drop myself there.
Yeah, you did drop yourself.
Someone had to.
It's too deep for me to get into.
Well, you have control over almost everything, don't you?
And if you look at it one way, I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But then if you look at it some other ways, you realize how little control you have.
Huh. No control over things like the weather or your age or things like that. What kind of control are you talking about, bro?
You can control how many pan coins you get by going.
Yes,
That's true.
absolutely.
Yeah, IHOP 8 o'clock hours underway.
That's controllable. Your behavior.
Yeah.
Pan coins and such.
I would say my control in life is correlated to my pan coin count.
I would think the more pan coins you have, the more in control you're going to be.
Right. Certainly over your breakfast.
And your pancake future.
I didn't mean to,
Now we're all thinking about control and not having any.
Existentialism.
You ever give any of those out to like the homeless people in the corner? Instead of giving them cash, you give them pan coins?
They would appreciate it, I'm sure. They look hungry.
How about this from Mark Hanna, Doug? We are not in control. Be mindful. Surf the wave. Don't fight it.
Huh.
Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies, right there.
In any library I can
Sherpa.
How about that? How about that, Jack? Hey, Wednesday, you can hang out with me and Riz at Hot Shots, the Yankee Stadium of Hot Shots in Fenton, Doug, as the Stupiracy, the show that we have shot 12 episodes for and will debut a week from today. Will be a sneak preview on Wednesday at Hot Shots in Fenton from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Come on out and watch the show and hang out and enjoy fine food and beverages at Hot Shots in Fenton with me and Riz from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Sneak preview of Stupiracy. Episode 1. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
I don't know.
Well, it's on Wednesday, this Wednesday. So.
What's the topic of episode 1? Is that a secret?
I know what the first episode is that we shot, but I don't know which one I don't know if they're releasing them chronologically.
Okay.
So.
All right.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to it. It's going to be available. It's going to be very easy to access when it eventually comes out.
It'll be on the TMA YouTube stream, the Riz Show YouTube stream.
Yep. It'll be on all podcast platforms, including, like, if you have the TMA app, you will have the podcast in your phone. Super easy.
Oh, you will?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I think I look really cute, too.
What were you wearing?
The lighting was really good.
Yeah, it helped.
Do you look taller in these episodes?
I'm 6'8" in this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's hot.
Thank you.
You're like a tall podcaster, Doug?
I like my tall podcasters tall, yeah.
I think so.
The Virgin Gandhi has a point. Just listen to your hog, Doug. That's from Mr. Siders.
That's a dangerous game right there, man. Listen to your hog. Costs you a lot.
Yeah, heads up.
Yeah, that's what you don't want to listen to.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, I agree with that. Now that we're breaking that down.
Listen to anything but that.
Yeah, that's probably good counsel. For someone who complains about social media all the time, he sure does love to be on it. I wish I had the level of free time where all I do is jerk, respond to me about COVID, and complain about broadcasting, repeat. Please change the subject. Doug has a big butt. That's from the Springfield Mud Tosser.
Gosh.
This guy's a real rooster of the Bantu variety.
It really is. No,
he just gave a thumbs up.
Those vibrators.
Yeah, there's a vibrator. What you got, Iggy?
Oh, are you pouting now? You're a little crestfallen. No, okay.
Feedback via TMA STL.
Uh-oh. These are never good.
Yeah. Mother, this is Daniel. Yeah, at least it's not Ken's Threads.
Threads by Ken. I see that one.
I don't know what it is. It's
It
just.
says chewing ice is a sign of sexual frustration. That's
No, that's Mark Schwetweiler, whatever that douche's name is.
Doug. Yeah. Out him. Out him.
You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. P.S. Twerk on my ding-dong, Doug.
Okay, that's enough. That's plenty.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Gold star.
My wife's father is having trouble controlling his bowels because last night we were testing the motherboard of a Sibian we were bringing back to life.
Oh.
And he accidentally let a bit of digested caviar drizzle on my chest, Doug.
No.
That's from Doug Hill, investigative top Syracuse class of 86.
His job is an investigative top.
That is an understated part of the R&D process, is some of the scars you have to carry afterwards.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Bill and his father, or Bill himself,
I don't think
probably will wear those scars.
I don't think Sibian and caviar are ever mentioned in the same sentence.
Probably not.
Iggy Dirty Chewbacca is going to be at the TMA 20th anniversary orgy. And she says, I got an appointment to get my kitty waxed a couple of days before the TMA orgy. I'm going to rock Iggy's world. He won't be the same after, and then it gets a little too vivid for, for terrestrial radio.
Yeah.
I won't be there.
Why won't you be there? It's the 20th anniversary party.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be unbelievable.
It doesn't sound like a party. It sounds like an orgy.
It's under the umbrella of parties and orgies.
Hi, Iggy.
Yeah, she might be there. That gentleman right there.
I'd go. She's still attractive.
Oh.
Her and Martha Quinn still look good.
Yeah. So the 20th anniversary is not on your schedule?
I don't even know what the date is. 26. That's the day after my birthday.
Oh, really?
Oh, so I think we can combine.
Yeah, birthday party and 20th anniversary party.
You get first pick. You get first pick. And you're first up at the buffet.
Those never go well together.
Orgies?
And birthday parties.
And even a curious hand that made its way into a pair of dungarees or six.
What in the world was that?
Sound like a mix between Dotem, you, and Joe.
It did. It really did.
Joe.
Play it again. It sounds like Prod Joe.
And even a curious hand that made its way into a pair of dungarees or six.
Who is it supposed to be?
It's Doug Chandler Hill.
Oh. It didn't sound like
Newsman
me.
of the Year.
Newsman. A newsman.
Yeah. That was your career. When people ask, what'd you do? You say, I was a newsman.
I can't wait to sneak off with Dingle My Berries to the snack shop off of 6 at the Bogey member guest. I'm going to test these new throat RPM skills. That's from Little Judy Suckins.
Okay, Judy.
I like that listeners are playing golf together and exploring each other.
Yeah.
It's nice. We've cultivated a real community.
Can't you just play golf? Does there has to be exploration?
I mean, it's a long time out there.
Yeah.
Men are sweaty. It's like you're halfway there, kind of.
No, it means you're halfway.
Jackson got attracted to a guy in our field who had very short boy shorts.
Yeah, they were short to begin with, and then it seemed like he had tucked them in to some sort of crease. And
you liked it?
Was sporting that on the side of the fairway, which I found interesting. He was also yelping.
What was he yelping about?
A shot went up, and he started yelping.
Yelling four? You hear a lot of that at Westboro.
No, it wasn't necessarily yelling for. He was just he's celebratory yelping. He seemed to be on. Whoever was playing well, he was rocking with, and I respected that.
Really?
Yeah, kind of a front runner, but he was wearing boy shorts. There's no doubt about it.
Why would he wear boy shorts out there?
He just came out of nowhere.
Really?
Yeah.
And you liked him?
I was looking. I had my rangefinder. I said, "Oh man, there's a guy with seemingly no pants."
Oh. That's allowed at Westboro?
That's when I zoomed in.
Isn't that kind of creepy when you're playing golf and you see maybe an attractive lady a fairway over and you bring out the rangefinder?
Yes.
Yes. I would think so.
Certified.
Yeah.
Especially like a PT's tournament. Oh, look at that on 16.
Little rear window feel.
Yeah, we did that at PT's tournament, social house tournament. I got the rangefinders everywhere.
Bundesliga, second Bundesliga.
Doggy's 6-game winless streak.
Well, they tie every game they play.
18 points, 17 games. Not the way around.
They still drawing?
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. Still sell them out. Yeah, been a rousing success.
I don't know. I'll give it a year. They keep playing like this.
Oh, no.
Jeez.
Because soccer teams not
No, not till they fold. I'll give it another year till the newness wears off. And if they play like this, where they don't score a lot of goals and it's kind of boring, that I don't think they'll start selling out every game.
Well, we'll see. It's interesting. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. I feel like when you have that small of a stadium and they play so, not rarely.
They play a lot of games.
Yeah, but not like baseball or hockey. Play less than them.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm just saying. I thought that they could not win a game for 2 years and still sell out because of the newness of it and the atmosphere. But I think there'll come a time if you stop winning that I don't think they'll sell out every game.
Could affect it. So far, so good.
Their first year, they were outstanding.
Mm-hmm. You couldn't have asked for anything better.
Right. Best in the West, Doug. Top of the table.
And then
Not
Kansas
anymore.
City got us in the postseason.
Gabe was upset, or fired up, I should say.
He was, once he found out it happened.
Yeah.
See you at the Doggies game Wednesday, Jackson. That's from Juan from PP Corp, owner,
Right.
proprietor of Tiffany Smooth's OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to my first Doggies game on Wednesday.
Is he taking you?
He did. He gave me the tickets. Yeah, it was very nice of him.
Were you going with him or are you going with Herb?
I'm not going with her. I'm taking my girlfriend, but we're going to sit with Juan and his love interest.
No, are you?
Yeah. Because he was kind enough to give me the tickets. So I'm very much looking forward to it. I've never been to a Doggies game.
Well, that's why he texted Inks. You didn't even thank him.
Well, I mean, I thanked him before. He's a quality guy. I saw Juan from PP Corp out in Vegas. I was wearing the Sleepless in Seattle shirt. Chandelier Bar. Me and Juan and Kurt.
Now, he got on Lisa Ann's bad side one night.
Juan from Oh, that's right. Well,
that's right.
He was trying to school her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Trying to tell her how to make money.
Yeah. Then she politely said I could buy and sell you.
Mm-hmm. And he sat back down.
Yeah. Not a lot of respect for PP Corp. I respect PP Corp.
Mm-hmm.
What a shock.
What's that?
That she's making fun of somebody because she makes more money.
This really is a player hater's ball, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Good call.
Well, there must be something that you're happy about.
Yeah, looking through his rangefinder. That made him smile for a sec.
Yeah.
And leave you quivering.
I'm very happy. There's things that happen I talk about.
When you say it in that tone of voice, you might not endear yourself.
I'll meet you for a drink before, boy. That's from Chairman Stephen Wildwood.
Unlikely. Not a shot at Chairman Steve. Just
No.
timing probably won't work out.
Yeah.
Love Chairman Steve, though. I'm a member of the Chairman Steve fan page.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's just
I
like
think I am too.
I think it's just like Steve posting pictures of himself.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Well, and we're fans.
Yeah, I'm a big
Hey,
fan.
how can you not be a fan of that?
I'm a big fan. Big old fan.
One of the disappointing things this weekend, I was going to get a chance to meet Jackson's mole.
That's right.
And
But that fell through?
It fell through. Yeah. My wife and I are both sick. I feel like I'm now trending even worse than I was when I was coughing on Jackson in the cart for a few days. Doug, it's moved from my boy chest, you call it, right?
Yeah, I do.
Now it's in my sinuses, and it is something else. But I took this Mucinex, and it did stop the coughing. But I'm telling you, it just makes it move up your to your sinuses. Holy crap, it's unbelievable.
Did you ingest some rat poison?
I don't know. I'm just ill. My one of my sons has been sick, and now my wife and I are sick. So anyway, but I was looking forward to hanging out with your mole.
Yeah. Yep. She was.
And I was going to dox her.
Yep. I know that was your plan. So it was going to be great. But yeah, we were. It is what it is. I had a great time no matter what. Tim, if you want some help with the sinuses.
Oh wow, Dr. Burkett.
You're going to go to the kosher section of the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
They got this horseradish. It's this purple pinkish horseradish. I mean, they must make it in where they make kerosene or something. 'Cause
Really?
it is the strongest smelling stuff. You put that right up against your nose, you'll start leaking like a faucet.
Really?
Yeah, it'll clear those sinuses right out. Well, this horseradish. Take a big old spoonful.
Wow.
You have to eat it. Just put it right up to your honker, and it'll cure what ails you.
I'm telling you.
It'll loosen up.
Yeah.
I'm not doing well. That's what
Really?
I'm not doing. No, I'm
It's
really. I'm in a bad way, Jack. Yeah, bad way. I told Jackson right when we were starting our second day. Was that our fourth match, Doug?
I don't know what match it was.
Played 3 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. 4th match. Said, I don't know what to say. I said, I just know I don't feel good today.
Yeah, you did. You did.
And then, even though you're not feeling well, you still played your tail off, and then Jackson couldn't get up and down with the short game.
That's right. That's 100% right.
Well, you let him down.
God, I had so much sand in my socks. It was unbelievable.
Oh, you were in the bunker a lot?
Oh, God, it seemed like every shot.
Well, why'd you hit it in there?
That's a great question. Yeah. It was not talented. Lack of talent, I would say. Yeah. General lack of talent.
It happens.
But exuding just vibes.
And you were enamored with this fellow with the boy shorts.
That was until the end. Oh. Maybe if I would have seen him earlier,
you would have been inspired.
You would have tried to impress him and maybe played a little better.
Well, at least found out what the word was. He also had tattoos, you know.
Did you give him your card?
I need to get a card.
You don't have
what would he even say? Button,
HD2?
Yeah, button pusher.
Chairman Stephen Wildwood wants my kids to be removed. Those effing kids need to live somewhere else to protect Tim. So he wants the kids out.
Gosh.
Sticky Ricky says Zicam nasal swabs cleans you out.
Zicam's nasal swabs.
That's probably the more pharmaceutical route. I'm giving you some Eastern medicine.
Yeah, that is Eastern medicine.
This horseradish, Doug. It's really good stuff.
Yeah.
But my sinuses were not a problem until I took the Mucinex with the cough. And I guess what it does is it like shoots the congestion up to your sinuses. It takes it from here and then it shoots it up there. No cough, but now it's like my sinuses are swollen, my eyes aren't open. Looks like I'm smoking chronic at picnics.
Yeah, it's like we always think it's like get puncture the cheek or something. The juices kind of flow out. What do they call that? Not spearing, but
Doug, I think it's spearing.
I don't know. I have
like
not
when you
had
with
that
a pimple, like when you pop a pimple, it's called something. I can't think of it.
Lancing?
Lancing. Yeah, we got to lance Tim.
If I see Jackson at the game, will he sign? That's from Tony Big Toes.
Sure. Sign what? Your chest? Sure. I'll sign anything. Sign anywhere.
Would you really?
I'm with Ken. Let's give up, tear down the stadium, and ship the franchise to Rochester. That's from glove blogger Tom Traven.
I don't believe that's what I said. Thanks
glove
for
blogger.
participating.
It's kind of random.
Well, I don't think they're going to tear the team down. Everybody has a rough season every now and then. And didn't we lose one of our best players to Europe?
Gioacchini, yeah. He signed in Serie A.
And where now?
Serie A. It's the Italian.
I don't like the name of that.
It's spelled Serie A, but they say Serie A.
Okay.
Didn't they lose a good young player to injury the other day? Pompeu?
Sounds right. Yeah.
Doug, look at what just was sent to my inbox.
Oh, my goodness. Ooh, that's not Buck Swope, was it?
No, it looks like it's an erotic story from Lil Beer Cats.
It would take every bit of 20 minutes to read that.
Oh, Jesus.
Block him! Block him!
That go to your email?
It was for, I guess it's for QFTA. I don't know. I just opened up my inbox and I saw it on an email.
Jesus Christ.
We don't need that.
Who would take time to write that? Hey, maybe if Tim does it on QFT, I'll get my name mentioned. Yeah, I'm going to write a long one. Here's a lie, Tim. I had a threesome with some 40-year-old woman. I'm only 18, though.
Speak to me. Tell me what you see.
Well, we do like literature to be sent into us.
I didn't see any spaces in between those paragraphs. It's one big, long paragraph.
That statement I can confirm. There is no indentation.
So you have no intention of reading this, do you?
I probably will read it because it's titled A College Cucking.
Oh.
There we go. That's another made-up story by this guy. He's probably still a virgin.
Jeez.
God almighty, Doug.
Everyone has taken a hit. Everyone who's come up on the show.
Mine is Dot Pepper.
Except Dot, the greatest of all time.
Oh, it's not like they don't take shots at me.
That's true.
All right, we got to close out the IHOP 8 o'clock hour. I need to go get horseradish from the kosher section?
Yeah, kosher section of any grocery store.
I think any horseradish will do it.
No, but this stuff's nuclear eggs. This thing, it'll...
Be careful you don't get it up your nose, because then
it'll peel the paint off your lip.
Bill. Oh, Bill. We close out the IHOP 8 o'clock hour. This is TMA, and it's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
If you're seriously hurt in an accident, you'll want all the money you deserve.
That's called justice. But there wouldn't be lawyers if justice was easy. No, justice is not easy. It's fought for and it's won. At Brown & Crouppen, we fight for justice every day. If you want some, call 222-2222, because at Brown & Crouppen, justice is our business.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
This is the one.
Honey, I think you're right. This house has everything we've ever dreamed of. A huge master bedroom, an open kitchen, and a backyard with a fire pit and built-in grill.
I can't believe it. Finally, our dream home. It's absolutely perfect for us.
We owe our realtor big time.
No, you don't. We're just doing our job. At the Jeff Lotman Group, helping you find your dream home is our top priority. Bringing people and properties together. Call us at 314-406-8911 or visit us online at jefflotman.com.
If you want a first-class, top-of-the-line, high-quality interior remodeling job, you know who I'm going to suggest. Collier & Thompson. Known for their kitchen and bathroom remodels, Collier & Thompson is where you go when you want your remodeling job done right the first time. Collier & Thompson doesn't just do large remodeling jobs. They do plenty of man caves, bars, offices, pretty much anything inside your home. Check out their 10,000-square-foot showroom next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House on Manchester. Let them bring your dream remodel to reality. CollierandThompson.com.
Hi, this is Chris Pondoff from Illinois Recovery Center. As someone who battled alcoholism and addiction for 20 plus years, I understand the dark places you can find yourself stuck in. Alcoholism and substance abuse takes a heavy toll on your body and your mind, but you can overcome it. Start your journey to recovery at the Illinois Recovery Center, a rehab treatment center that provides comprehensive and customized rehabilitation addiction treatment. If you or a loved one are struggling with addiction, please know that there is hope. Visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com today.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here right now with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. I made the switch to start working with you, James. It couldn't have been easier to make that switch to start saving money.
Well, I appreciate that, Tim, and we appreciate your business. Yeah, this is the time to save money. My goodness, we're all feeling it at the grocery store, at the gas pump, etc. So if you've noticed that your insurance rate has gone up, I want to stress how easy it is to get a proposal from us by going online at carltoninsurance.net.
Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency online at carltoninsurance.net.
The Midwest Drag Racing Series presents a night of fire and thunder. Saturday, June 29th at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Jet dragsters, funny cars, and ground-pounding pro mod. Plus the Route 66 Twilight Cruise and Car Show. And for the first time ever in St. Louis, a Jet dragster car burn. The biggest cutting torch will completely annihilate a full-size sedan in a shower of flames and sparks like you've never seen. And to top it all off, the first big fireworks show of the summer. Brought to you by Illinois Tourism and Downstate Illinois. Saturday, June 29th. Details and tickets at www.raceway.com.
The world's largest sports book in Las Vegas is now right at your fingertips here in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited about launching our Circus Sports app in Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high betting limits, tight money line splits, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Start betting like a pro from anywhere in Illinois.
Hi, this is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. I'm about to tell you a little inside information about attorney advertising. Buyer beware. Around town, you'll see all kinds of billboards, commercials, and hear radio ads for personal injury law firms. But these billboard firms aren't what they appear to be. After every attorney ad you see or hear is this phrase: the choice of an attorney is an important decision and shouldn't solely be based upon advertisements. And there's a reason for that, because all firms are not created equal. What you probably don't know is that if you hire one of these big billboard law firms, you'll hardly ever talk to your lawyer. You don't know which lawyer you're going to get. Could be a first year or someone who's never even tried a case. Your case might even be shipped over to another firm. That's right, the firm you trusted your case to just flipped it to another firm. The bottom line is many of these huge firms are nothing more than a marketing machine who look at your case as a return on their advertising dollars. Many of the faces and names you see never go to court and never handle a case. At our firm, you get exactly what you thought you were getting. CD or myself on your case, both experienced trial lawyers who are in court every week. Don't trust your case with just anyone. Check us out online at longobigs.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com. KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
You gotta be on acid to understand what's going on this show.
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After.
KPN-TFM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Man, Empire Man.
I don't like that. Funeral pyre.
I like how it's sung in a round. Let it rip.
I gotta let Iggy know that Little Beer Cats sent in another story.
Oh, no.
It's here, Doug.
Part 2.
God.
It's like Horizon by Kevin Costner.
You think he's copying and pasting these stories?
I don't know. I can't wait till QFTA this week.
He needs to be blocked. Blocking!
Because then we can bring the discussion to the show afterwards.
That's right.
Which is always one of my favorite parts of the erotic story.
Yeah.
Especially
and Iggy never believes him.
Especially Little Beer Cats. He could say anything. It didn't happen, according to Ken.
Welcome back, friends. It's the Schaefer Door Company, 9 o'clock hour here on TMA, which is presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. And Doug, look, James Carlton is sitting right over there.
I saw him sitting there. Hello, James.
Good morning, gentlemen. Just very, very self-conscious about my breathing at the moment. I don't want any nose whistling.
No.
That mic is hot.
Yeah.
Don't breathe too deep.
CarltonInsurance.net is where you can go find James. I made the switch 5 years ago, James.
I think it was longer than that. You keep saying 5 years. Was it only 2019? I feel like we've known each other forever.
2017 is when you started advertising on the podcast.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Tell you
5
what.
glorious years.
I don't know if you happen to be listening to Bloom Party when we had Patty Maroon on.
I did. Some of that, sure.
He greenlit releasing the interview with Freeze and John
from like
Hamm
5 or 6 years ago.
Exactly, 4 years ago. And I was talking with Tommy Mattern here, and we are talking about bringing back interviews on the Tim McKernan Show podcast, but like a season of them, as opposed to like I can't do it week in and week out. It wouldn't be fair to, I don't know if it'd be Jackson or Iggy or whomever that would be booking the guests. Chairman Kurt, because he's got Tarico's number.
Yeah.
And then we would shoot them kind of like we're doing with Stupiracy, which you're a sponsor of.
I'm looking forward to that. So I have to go and pick something up from this NIL golf tournament at Boone Valley. I'm not playing because the entry fee was $10K a foursome. So I had
$10K a foursome.
I had to bow out of that, but I had to meet somebody there. And if I run into drink, can I book them for this podcast series?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm on it. Does he have to come in town? We want this in person.
We want it in the studio.
Yeah.
That's today at Boone Valley?
Yeah.
10,000 for foursomes?
And you are playing. You bought 3 foursomes.
I picked up 3 of them, yeah. Yeah, I'd forgotten it was today, though.
Yeah, that's a little out of my price range. But I'd love to play that course. I've never played.
Never played?
No.
It's tough.
I did have the privilege of playing Bellerive on Saturday. What a course that is.
What'd you shoot?
102, and I wasn't that upset about that. I had 3 eights on there. I actually, I had a couple par 3s that I stuck and made one of the birdies, missed the other, but I was thrilled. I mean, my game, ever since reading that book I plugged last week, it's on the up and up. The golf is not a game of perfect. I'm going to plug it once again.
Golf is not a game of perfect.
Easy read, easy listen. I'm telling you.
James Carlton's book club.
What was the tip that you picked up that helped you?
So one of the things is, you have too many swing thoughts going on, right? And so one thing I didn't do because I was self-conscious of my pace of play is I very rarely took practice swings and I just kind of got up there and ripped it, right? Well, now you have to get in a rhythm. You have to trick your mind. Hey, it's time to focus. And then focus on not just a tree, not just a landmark, but maybe a leaf on a tree.
Oh.
And all you're thinking about is that leaf.
Doug, watch this. Aim small, miss small.
There you
Okay, I try not to hit the trees.
No, I try to aim at the tree because usually it's a right to left ball flight. Yeah. And when it works, it looks great. When it doesn't, I'm in the what do they call it this weekend?
Shrubs.
The shrubs.
Native area.
How about, I mean, that tree root, if his ball is what, just another inch off, he can't get out of there, right? I mean, not without just chipping out.
Yeah.
He caught some breaks on that, but tip of the cap. His
up and down.
There was another up and down he had earlier. I don't know, maybe 10 or 11.
There were 4
where he had to drop it, the bunker, the flag, and it's going to roll like crazy. And I mean, if you give me 100 balls, I don't think I could have landed where he landed.
I am telling you, I said to my family, we were sitting there watching the whole thing, and I said, I think maybe 3% of the time he gets up and down.
Yeah.
It just is, it was something else. It was so good. I loved that yesterday afternoon. That was so good.
Do you like the new potential playoff rule that I think it would have been 17 and 18?
2-hole aggregate as opposed to playing 18 on Monday.
I like that because I like the instant gratification.
Yes, I do as well. I mean, that was a U.S. Open thing. The last time it happened, Doug, do you know? Don't give it to him.
Oh.
Jackson.
Was it Tiger and Rocco?
Yes, 2008. Hale Irwin, when he hit that putt 90, he had to play the next day against Mike Douglas, and he had to talk shit.
Yes, he did. Mike Douglas talk show for years.
But I would have loved it.
Yeah. I was rooting for that. Not that I mean, Bryson is he's grown on people, right? I don't get and Gabe brought this up in his 10 thoughts. It was pretty much all golf, which was funny. He brought up, what was the point of the USA chance every time Bryson, was making a big shot?
That, I hadn't brought that up yet. Rory misses the putt on 18 and their chance of USA. What was that? Does anybody know what that was about? I know, that means you had to interview some hilljack, but...
I thought that is because Bryson played so well at Whistling Straits and then wasn't selected for the one in Rome, and so it's kind of like Bryson's Mr. USA to some people.
That's a deep cut if the audience is
that's the way I'm thinking.
Or it could have just been drunken mob behavior.
Well, it wasn't like a mob. There was 5 to 10 people.
In golf, U.S. Open, U.S. guy there's one U.S. guy and one Northern Ireland guy who are in the 1-2 punch there, and so I guess people it's the U.S. Open. Let's root for the USA guy who, like that clip of Bryson driving the green at Whistling Straits and then holding his putter up as he walked off the tee box is always circling. So maybe that's the case.
So you think the crowd was pulling for Bryson overall? I think they're as excited that it was such a great duel down the stretch there.
I don't know. I don't know. We talked on this. I think this was a Little Piddles Piddler on the Roof question. I think it was.
I'm sitting on Sergeant Piddles and the Lonely Club's Heart Band.
Okay, that's enough.
Kind of like it.
About narratives in sports. Well, we talked about it with Xander and Scheffler and the baby and Xander and these things turn in. Now it's Bryson and the YouTube. And when you're standing over the ball 55 yards from the pin with the U.S. Open on the line, it's just not, it's just not what's really on your mind. Or Rory missing the putt because he's having, divorce, filing, unfiling. It's just not the way that, think about that. Think about whatever it is that you're doing at work, is that stuff coming into play when you're executing it? It's not a real thing. But in a broadcast and on social media, these things become these things that I think are BS, I guess, for lack of a better term. Not because they're mean-spirited per se, so much as you create storylines to attach more meaning to what it just actually was, which was a guy hitting 6 shots with a pitching wedge or a lob wedge or whatever the hell it was that he did around the greens,
It's like 190.
And a guy, misreading a putt, and like I said, he stutter steps as he comes around to line up. And I remember thinking, because you remember the Scott Hoke one, Doug? It's tough. It's actually tough to watch because he had this to win the Masters. I think it was in the mid '80s, and he kept looking, and then he went behind, and it's just it's like when Kisner said to, I think, Jordan Spieth a few weeks ago when he was on the call, he goes, just knock it in, Jordan. What are you doing? And the more you screw around with it, the more it can become a mental thing, not because you're in the middle of a divorce, but because, like you were just talking about with swing thoughts, you want to have, if you have any, just have one. Don't have your mind going. And I thought when he stutter stepped, I'm like, ooh, what was that?
Yeah, that was
and then
really
if you watch the putter, it kind of jerks isn't the right way, but it is not a fluid motion.
And the fact that he missed the hole, I know it looked like it lipped on 16, but he basically missed the hole.
That was the straighter one, right?
The straighter one on 16. Yeah. That was alarming.
18, he tried to kill
I don't
it.
care if I find the quote worst player out there. And Chris Nagel finished like close to DFL. And Chris Nagel, is a +6 handicap. Those guys, scratch golfers, don't miss the hole like that. That was just odd. Doesn't mean he, can't do it. That was so off. The putt on 18 was actually a tough putt, but still it's something that those guys make.
But again, it looked like he was trying to have the ball die in the hole when. Even if he misses that, I mean, you kind of got to go at it, right? Give it some pace where you take some of that break out.
I agree with that.
This is me. That's a 22.8 handicap, giving Rory McIlroy some putting advice, right?
What's he ever done in the game?
But in theory, Bryson could have bogeyed. I mean, especially.
Well, I thought he was going to. I mean, after that tee shot, I thought at best he's bogeyed, and then I'm thinking Cantlay's got to be beside himself. That's the guy I thought was like going to be beside himself because he would have missed out on the 3-man playoff.
Yeah, he certainly had some opportunities. As well, I agree. And since I live bet him during Balloon Party, it's what I'm doing during Balloon Party is live betting. It's where your advertising dollars are going. So keep betting. I put $20 on him. Would have had a nice little $800 hit had he won. So that's where, but I was just entertained.
Oh, it was the best. That was the best tournament I've seen since the 19 Masters.
I guess Tiger 19, Bell Reeve.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Was truly awesome.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I mean. If it weren't Father's Day, I don't know, if I'm sitting there with my family like I was. And so to be able to sit there with my family for a few hours and what wound up being, again, you had guys performing at a ridiculously high level, but you also had them failing in uncharacteristic spots. Both Bryson and Rory. Bryson missed a short putt as well.
That's what you love about the U.S. Open. That course was awesome.
And I didn't catch that much heat for it. Jackson and I were talking about this when we were spending time in the car together this weekend. If you enjoyed Valhalla, God bless, to each their own. If somebody likes something, great.
Some people like things, some people don't like other things.
100%. Yeah, it doesn't affect me at all. For me, what I like is the threat of a bogey and that you have to execute. And at Valhalla, it was just so forgiving. It was like the more holes you have left, the better.
Right.
Because they're birdie opportunities. And your floor, for the most part, was a par. There was no such thing as a floor at Pinehurst. You could double, triple bogey. All hell could break loose. And so coming down the stretch, we saw a guy who had birdied 4 or 5 holes on a heater have whatever happened to him and miss a combined 7 feet of putts on 16 and 18, in part because he had to get up and down from some unique spots. And so that's more my style of determining the best golfer as opposed to... and I know Valhalla in part was because the greens were soft from rain, but that was like watching a 20-19 baseball game.
Yeah.
This was a classic.
I think Rory had made 100 feet of putts before that.
Yeah, he had a hot putter going.
I mean, it was the best putting I've ever seen him have. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was just on fire.
You got the yips.
Yeah, that's something else. That was a great tournament. Really enjoyed it. I would have liked Rory to stick around and shake his hand. I mean, I don't know what that was all about. I mean, who am I to judge a guy?
And to Bryson's credit, when he lost to Xander, he went out of his way to shake his hand.
Exactly. I mean, I think that's kind of I don't know.
Well, I mean, I also think from a humanity standpoint, the guy, I can't, there's not a chance he slept yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh God. Oh.
I mean, and I don't know when he will, and I don't know. And I don't know if he's right. They do have another signature event this week, which is just nuts to me.
Yeah.
I mean, what in
right
the hell?
After.
Well, because you had the Memorial, which is a signature event, then a major, then another signature event. I just don't know what they're doing, but I'm sure they've got their reasons. Well, he's in the field, so he'll be talking to the media in the next 48 hours. I guess. I mean, I assume. I don't know how he's going to go through that and not talk. I mean, it's that guy. Holy crap, his last few years. You know what I mean?
Something else, yeah.
Because you got to kind of like really be into this crap people. When I was sitting there, I was with my sister and her husband yesterday, in addition to my mom and dad. And, my sister I don't think she really gives a damn about golf, but they watch Full Swing. And so then you attach personality traits that Netflix puts forth. And certainly the live thing was one of the things. In addition to the casual fans go, oh, Rory's getting divorced, and then people do their, knitting circle stuff about people's personal lives. Whatever, comes with the territory. That's why you have a few $100 million. But, so you pull for people or pull against people based on these
these narratives. But this guy has had the live thing, which I think was a brutal set of circumstances, as outspoken as he was, and then you had the June 6th quote-unquote merger that still hasn't happened, divorce thing, but he also blew it at St. Andrews in 2021. He missed winning the U.S. Open or a playoff last year by one stroke. I don't think many people think about that. I don't know how memorable that U.S. Open was for people. Wyndham Clark and Ricky Fowler, unfortunately, doing what he does with a lead on Sundays. But this one, like you already had it. It's been rough enough. And now you got this one. And then this one isn't what he was close and he just didn't. He missed 7 feet on a total, adding it up, 2 putts, 7 feet on 16 and 18. Oh my God. That's devastating. That is devastating. So if he does come back and win a major, what that will mean significantly is, otherworldly, because you won't find too many players who have, you got Hogan coming back from his injury and Tiger coming back from his multiple injuries and off-course crap in 2019 and age at that point. But Rory's a polarizing guy, and so is DeChambeau. DeChambeau lost when he was surging and made a putt on 18 to force Xander to make his putt. Mm-hmm. And then he appeared. Rory lost because he missed a 3-foot, 11-inch putt.
Yeah,
it's a different circumstance. Mm-hmm. It would have been quite, Doug, what's the word you use? Sporting?
I use sporting, yeah.
Tim, 100% Rory withdraws from Travelers. Did the same thing earlier in the year.
No,
That's from Saucy Jack.
He'd be better off not to. He'd be better off getting right back on the horse, facing it, proving that he doesn't have the yips, and that he didn't just fall apart, and that he's going to let it crush him. He'd be much better off. He may not do it, but I think he'd be much better off getting right back there and playing.
Yep.
Acting like it's not going to crush you.
Yep. Right.
I know those putts were critical, but can't you spend more time on the broadcast and the broadcasters? That's from Chairman Steve in Wildwood.
It was rough.
Iggy didn't like the broadcast.
I didn't care for it either. There were so many commercials. You didn't see many other shots other than the featured group there at the end on Sunday. I mean,
do you hate the fact Mike Tirico's out there?
No, he's fantastic. I love Mike Tirico. I do enjoy the CBS broadcast better, selfishly. But you guys got email of the day to get to.
Yeah.
It's been real. I will see you all next week.
Don't you? You went out.
All right, see you
James
guys.
Carlton, there he is.
Well,
he's
thanks,
online
James.
at carltoninsurance.net, 314-961-4800. Jackson, why don't you tell me about Circa?
Sure, be happy to. Plenty of action to wager on today. Cardinals taking on the Marlins. Sonny Gray on the mound. Cardinals are minus 154 against the Marlins today. You can bet that with Circa. The over-under is at 7.5. NBA Finals Game 5 tonight back in Boston. If you like the stave-off special, you can get Luka to score 30 or more points and the Mavs to win at plus 260. If you like the closeout clincher, Jason Tatum to score 30 or more points and the Celtics to win is plus 210. Maybe you think the Oilers can pull off the impossible and come back from this 3-1 deficit. They're plus 725 to raise the chalice. Edmonton Oilers for the Panthers. That game takes place tomorrow. And then World Soccer competition's going on right now. USA to win the Copa America, plus 1,600. But for them to make the semifinals is plus 210. If you like England to win the Euro competition, that's plus 355. France, plus 385 to win the Euros. All these plays and so many more available on the Circa Sports app, available in Illinois. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Wasn't it interesting that in both the basketball and the hockey finals, the road team with a chance to sweep just got absolutely annihilated?
Decimated, yeah.
You think that's because they relax a little bit, take a deep breath, thinking, well, if we don't get this one, we clinch it home?
I think if you're about halfway through the game and you realize that it's going to be a real uphill battle and you can go home the next game and win it, you might take your foot off the gas a little.
Yeah, they must. Because the Celtics don't usually get beat by 40.
They do not. They do not.
Just as
the Panthers don't get smoked by 7 goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, would agree.
I mean, the games weren't even close.
No.
They weren't even entertaining because they were so...
Yeah, you take your foot off the gas once you realize it's going to be an uphill battle.
I guess. I mean, but both fell behind early.
Right. And I think that's part of it,
Fell way
too.
behind early. Mm-hmm. Not that it's fixed.
Uh-oh.
No, well...
He has to loop in hockey now, too, if he wants to have this narrative. So, please, allow
Hockey is a
yourself.
little harder to fix. You don't get free throws. Can't foul a guy out of the game.
They should. They should include some sort of free throw competition in hockey.
Yeah, just let guys shoot from about 15 feet away at the goalie.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of interesting.
Up the odds.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it all plays out.
That's right. Bet on the circa.
And you're thinking the Celtics will win Game 5?
Yes.
Or are you giving a 5-star player to the field?
No, I'm out of business.
What if Jackson gave you a 5-star player?
I'm out of the business of giving plays. It seems it's never been good. Like it's never gone well. So nope. But I think they'll win. Yes.
Florida will pour everything they have in Game 5,
so they don't have to fly back.
Fly back. Yeah, they don't want to fly back for 7.5 hours.
Yeah. Oh, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Edmonton probably won't care if they lose either. Just don't make us keep flying back and forth.
Transform your story at Illinois Recovery Center. At Illinois Recovery Center, the team believes in the strength of every individual's journey to recovery. Whether you're taking the first step or continuing your path, the IRC's dedicated team is here to support you. Why choose Illinois Recovery Center? A holistic healing approach, expert care and guidance, safe and welcoming environment, tailored programs for lasting recovery, top-notch facility and accommodation. Discover the path to lasting recovery and renewal at Illinois Recovery Center, where compassionate support meets personalized care for your unique journey. Whether you've made the life-saving choice to seek help on your own or you want to be prepared for the other end of an addiction intervention with a loved one, the chance to learn about addiction recovery is available to you at the Illinois Recovery Center in Swansea. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. And 2060 Digital, which is a Hubbard company, 2060 Digital. In today's fast-paced world of digital marketing, making meaningful connections with your audience can be a daunting challenge for any business. But what if there was a place where connections aren't just made, but nurtured for growth? Enter 2060 Digital, our sister company backed by a 100-year-old media empire, just like 105.7 The Point. If you're a business owner or marketer seeking more strategic ways to reach and engage customers, look no further than 2060 Digital with 12 years of expertise. 2060 specializes in simplifying the complexities of digital marketing. Our team demystifies the process by transforming it from a challenge into an opportunity for your business. Whether it's enhancing your brand's online presence, optimizing digital campaigns, or increasing customer engagement, 2060 is here to propel your business forward. Think your business has room to grow? Let us prove it to you. Visit 1057thepoint.com/2060digital to request a complimentary digital audit today. And to also think about it.
Okay.
Time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Where's the music? So damn strong, he can hit it out of anywhere. But enough about Tim's game at Gateway, because the man never stutter steps. He just doesn't, not even with sinus issues. I tweeted about, but this email is about the first time I saw a man get stuck in another man's rectum.
Oh.
Me and my buddy Butchie were up at the old 66 Drive-In. Anyway, I tweeted about it. After watching Body Heat and that shirtless William Hurt, Butchie started touching himself right there in the parking lot.
No, he didn't.
There was no Twitter in the 80s.
As Going Ape started as the second feature, I knew Tony Danza was going to have Butchie finishing the job in front of everybody.
No.
So I went to get a soda at the concession stand.
Yeah.
When I came back, there was a huge crowd chanting, Butchie, Butchie. And there was Butchie straddling my other buddy, Ralph.
Oh.
And people were chanting to support this?
They weren't chanting.
66 Drive-In many times. Never seen anything like that happen.
No, I didn't either.
They were both sweating profusely as Butchie pulled his legs up holding both his own ankles.
Oh, that's enough!
Sure he wasn't at the Olympic Drive-In?
So anyway, that was my tweet. That's from Ving, and then the last name is Goering?
Ving Garang.
Ving Rames? He had that happen to
Ving
him.
Garang.
It's going to get medieval on someone's ass.
Morning, fellas. As I rolled over to birds chirping outside and my ceiling fan lightly caressing my back hair, I heard his tummy rumble. Yeah, Cliff stayed the night because his power went out. Come to find out, he just shut off the main breaker to his house and lied to me. It was okay, though, because I got sunburnt yesterday swimming in his pool with barely but a thread over me crack and crank.
Oh, come on!
I needed someone to keep me warm in bed. We woke up at 2 a.m. and watched a full rerun of the U.S. Open on 4x fast-forward speed so we could fit it in before work. Cliff wouldn't shut up about the broadcasting team, saying there were far too many of them, and that the main guy, Mike Tirico, I think his name was shouldn't have been at the trophy ceremony because he's not that good at his job.
Never said that.
He also said that there was a girl on the broadcast team that they cut to one time, and we never heard from her again. Anywho, I got to run. Someone I follow on Twitter just sent out a tweet asking anyone to reply, so I just want to help her out. Doug, that's Cliff's neighbor.
Okay. Cliff's neighbor. Neighbor.
Hi, gentlemen. I'm dumbfounded. Last week, while Tim was gone, Doug admitted to attempting to refill his $7 water bottle in the Busch Stadium men's room sink. Now, I've been disappointed in Doug many times, sure, but never to this extent. I call for a motion to censure Doug and his long-standing anti-workplace recreational stance. He's willing to refill and drink a water bottle right next to where a fella from St. Charles lays some serious cable after his third helping of helmet nachos. Then I should be able to drop trowel and push some mud on the company dime.
You
Thanks.
shouldn't.
That's
No.
from Lil Pinworm.
Lil Pinworm. He's new.
What is a pinworm?
I found out about him a couple weeks ago, which I didn't.
Morning. Where were we? Ah, yes. Ursula McCrinklehorn would like to hear a replay of the time Plowsy doubled down on his inability to find and play drops because the listener who built, uploaded, and promoted his own passion project called ClipThatOff.com was the only person who had access to the platform. However, Jackson quickly chimed in to say that he'd already messaged Dotem and there was a shared Google Drive being used to handle everything Plowsy said could not be handled. But wait, there's more. This led to a shocking discovery after Iggy said he'd spend a couple Saturdays uploading drops after he smuggled some creamers and relaxed by the Hubbard Fountain. Geraldine O'Reilly would love the opportunity to hear the god-awful Kitten Kaboomy interview. Kitten Kaboomy?
Who's that?
Interview half a dozen more times than it already plays per day. Kitten Kaboomy.
Who is that? Asian porn star?
I don't know.
Nothing better than hearing a chick nobody knows or cares about breaking down Pokemon Go for half an hour. That's it. Other than that, you guys are meeting expectation. Best, that's from the Coalition.
The Coalition.
I never heard of her, and supposedly we interviewed her.
Kitten Kaboomy.
There was like a stretch where if like Iggy found them online, they were somehow interviewed on the show like a month later. SGO Kai comes to mind.
SGO Angel Julia.
Yeah, ASMR Taylor.
About Princess Adbot.
Yeah.
Princess Fierce Adbot.
Sadie Hawkins, Doug, Rory looked more nervous than Iggy putting in front of Learn while touching Jenny Finch's boob as Roars pissed away another major by missing a pair of 3-foot putts on the final 3 holes as Bryson DeChambeau won the U.S. Open. The Cardinals won the rubber match with the Cubs to move back to 500, but nobody saw it because it was on Roku. The Doggies got shut out again, losing 2-0 in Dallas, so we won't have any Joey Zanaboni goal calls for Iggy to trash. Tom Brady was one of a handful of people at the Dome yesterday to watch a pair of minor league football teams from other cities.
It is kind of odd. The whole thing's odd.
Jackson and Tim did not make it to the shootout at their member guest, but at least they didn't wear matching outfits, although Tim accidentally bet on a team that did. But I think the lead is that Iggy tweeted out hi in response to Mia Malkova's offer to send her JOI video to everyone who says hi to her. Ours is the type of presentation where the listeners' wives named Gummy or Gummy feel free to drop in at any time and text a massive recap of Friday's presentation. It was a fairly straightforward show. Wellington did a great job running point for zero compensation. Chairman Kurt struggled with getting the drop to play, but most of the pre-recorded live reads were played without issue. Iggy did what he always does when Tim is out. He talked more than anybody else, left the studio early, and arrived late for each break, and detailed about how he pees sitting down and would like to cuddle with Robert Smith. Doug mentioned how he'd never been to Blueberry Hill, and then Iggy highlighted how the Loop is the best part of St. Louis, provided you don't mind having your car broken into. Happy Father's Day. It's my half birthday in 24 days.
Oh.
That's from Buck Swope.
Buck Swope with a nice little email today.
Doug, that's what we have
All right.
for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day.
Strong submission from Mr. Swope. They were all decent. I'm going to change up today and go for a fellow by the name of Fing Garang. Fing Garang. For the creativity, I mean.
I never did get a JOI from Mia Malkova. She lied.
You got a vote?
Yeah, I'm going to change up too. I'm going to go swope.
Wow, I'm going with the coalition. Jackson, this is a big moment for you.
I have it graded here as the coalition.
The coalition is won.
Lucas.
What did he send in?
That was about Ursula McCrinklehorn and Geraldine O'Reilly and Kitten Kaboomie.
Congratulations.
Probably should vote for him.
I don't know.
Well, he won, so.
I like finger rings.
You suspended. I wasn't allowed to finish his email.
It was rough. It
was
rough.
Butchie at the 66 drive-in.
Ripping his ankles. That's a tough move.
Something about tweeting out in the 1980s, which is virtually impossible.
Well, yeah, he did make it up, Iggy. That much is true. But I just like the idea that he tries every day. He's the leadoff hitter almost every day, and we hardly ever vote for him.
He won like 3 times in 2022, didn't he?
Doug, do you have the numbers of email
2 years
wins?
ago.
Like,
I don't know how many
3
he
months
won.
in a row he won. That's back when nobody was emailing in.
He's got a dogged determination.
Well, the coalition got it today. Maybe it's Vingering's day tomorrow. But right now, it's Jackson and I's day because we are heading down to Hallway for Balloon Party. Doug, here we go.
Yeah. Well, you'll be okay.
Pretend the U.S. Open. Want to come in and trash the NBC audience?
Yeah, if you want.
You would do that? You're going to trash the audience or the announcers?
The announcers.
Okay. That'd be tough if you're going to trash the audience. We're just sitting there watching.
You know what went overlooked over the weekend is that the guy who was the low amateur. What's his name again, Jackson?
Shipley. Neil Shipley.
Jackson talked a little bit about the...
Called a penalty on himself that nobody saw.
Honor.
Yeah.
Character.
Integrity. That's what the Fan Page Club Championship is built on.
That's what golf is supposed to be all about, not guys from the fan page that
Oh, no.
hit it up in the weeds and got it. Found it in a perfect lie.
This is like gripes in the extra innings. Bring this
I
up
like
at
that.
10:01.
That's the post-game show. Gripes in the extra innings. All right, here comes some gripes in the extra innings on Balloon Party for Jackson, Bennett Burkett, Chairman Kurt, Kenneth Iggy Strode, my brother Kevin, Douglas Sullivan Vaughn. I'm Tim McKernan. This has been TMA, presented to you by Brown & Crouppen.
Open up your TMA mobile app to win a 4-pack of pit passes to a night of fire and thunder, featuring the Route 66 Twilight Cruise and Car Show Saturday, June 29th at the Worldwide Technology Raceway.
It'll be fun.
Bring out the whole